All right, hello. Welcome to Return of the Runelords. Hey, hi, hello. We're back. Um, this is a Pathfinder Second Edition campaign playing a Pathfinder First Edition adventure path. Now, Banter.
Whoa! So shields. Like, I think you could grab like maybe a chair and use that as a shield, or like a piece of a
I feel
table.
like that would count, or like just
You know,
any kind
like,
of, like shield
improvised
adjacent refuse.
Yeah,
right, improvised
we're fighting?
weapons.
What if we're
Why not
fighting like?
improvised shield?
Yeah, if we're fighting like a lion, like they use a shield, right? And then like a whip, so like a shield or not a shield, a chair as a
Like
shield.
or like a stool.
Yeah, like a stool. It should
Yeah.
totally count.
Yeah.
I think that would work.
Interesting.
GM,
There was
implement
a broken
rules on
door.
improvised shield, please.
I just confirmed something. Shields are not something you are or are not proficient in.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Anybody can use a shield. The problem is only classes that
Proficiency.
give you shield block can shield block. Otherwise, all you can do is raise a shield.
Unless you have something, right?
So yeah, literally any of you guys could use a shield. You just can't shield block with it without a certain card.
Mhm.
Fish, why do I need that when I have magical shield?
Because you're
magical
clearly
girl.
better than everyone else. Duh.
Clearly.
Brief
well,
banter
okay.
intermission. Alvin, tell us something about entropy.
You mean the decay of matter over
Yes.
time?
Correct. That is entropy.
Alan is like, where do you want me to start?
That's such a broad category. Like
I find giving you a lot of
physical,
room to work it. And
metaphysical, or the non-physical type of entropy.
pick your favorite.
I don't really.
What's your
have
favorite,
one.
Alvin?
Yeah, Alvin, what is your favorite form of entropy?
Mine's
Hmm.
You're
metaphysical.
most interesting to you.
Well, I would say snow, but snow doesn't really suffer true entropy because it's still.
That's more of a change in
Yeah.
matter.
State, yeah.
No,
Or, yeah, state of matter, yeah.
What is this, fucking science class?
The entropy science class.
I feel like this question has broken Alvin just a little bit.
yeah, this is gonna break in me.
You know,
This
it's
is-
hard to
Gonna be
do.
distracted for the rest
This
of
is
the day.
like when I dream about quantum physics. It's
Entropy.
entropy is not a good thing to dip into. It's like the metaphysical of matter. It's horrible.
You know what?
gonna get
I told
cracked
him
for
to
that,
tell
sir.
us something about entropy. He did tell us something about entropy just now.
Very fair.
I think that's close enough for science. We got any other banter? Ash, you good to go? You got it all out of your system?
Can we do improvised shielding or not?
I thought yes.
I've already said. I mean,
Should we take an official vote?
Improvise shielding without a like literal shield.
I'll offer improvised shielding. Say aye.
it can be
I-
done. Yes.
Yay!
However,
Yes.
they will be unwieldy and not very effective.
I'm talking for somebody's card.
that's
if they
Yeah, for
were
a
to
specific-
use it.
Specific use case here.
It
Also,
will
I got this
depend
free
on the
reusable straw from
circumstances.
Starbucks the other day, and look how cute it is.
That is a very
Ooh.
cute straw. If it's a bar stool, probably not. If it's like a broken down door, yes, you could probably make that work.
Mhm.
So we need
But-
to break doors.
You need to break doors.
Okay.
Yes.
Noted.
Hey, look at that. Speaking of entropy, Alvin, would you say our inspiration for banter is experiencing some entropy?
No.
I don't think so. I feel like we still have a lot to talk about as far as improvised shields are concerned.
I
There's
don't
a
you
lot
make
of
it
really
experience some
interesting
entropy?
stuff with this.
Oh.
Huh?
What?
Now
Anyway,
it's entropy.
Music today was provided by Michael Yelpy Studios, Tabletop RPG Music, and Micro Music. Without any further ado, let's run the intro.
Power and grace to me, in the name of the great Lysala. Let knowledge be carved unto the flesh, that we might learn the secrets of rune magic. We, the Runelords, bore her runes upon the flesh of 7 countries. using her gift of sin magic to raise mighty monuments across our lands. But not even Lysala on high could prevent the falling of the sky. In a single night, our holy realm fell and was buried. But we lie here still, waiting. Lysala has risen from her long slumber, and soon, so too shall her most dedicated servants. We, who lie sleeping, must now rise, for surely no mere heretical fool can pass her trials or prevent the return of the Runelords.
Okay. So. Disruptors, because you haven't thought of a better name yet. And I'm going to continue calling you that and making you accept that that's your name until you guys finally, like, put your heads together and do something about it.
We'll
It's
just
in
keep
your
disrupting
hands.
you, so that's fine.
You have boarded the Tylee's Whim, a ship bound for Magnimar, where you hope to meet up with the Sihedron Council to pass along a deadly, dangerous ancient artifact from the old empire. This journey has had a few mishaps. There was a storm. There was a stowaway of sorts. There was some damage to the ship, and unfortunately, a very hungry fish that was interfering with repairs. And so, you have found your way into Sandpoint Harbor, where you are docked for the remainder of the day until you set out tomorrow morning at dawn. Now, you guys took this opportunity to explore a little bit around the town of Sandpoint. And you'd only just started that. I believe your first stop your first stop was at the most popular inn and tavern in town, and unsurprisingly, it was absolutely filled to capacity. So you were unable to get seats. However, you have dinner plans to meet Verlaine, the actress and opera star.
Oh yeah, she was gonna buy dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. What was that at Cracktooth's, or was that?
It's
Am I-
on the map somewhere.
I do recall it was on the map. It was yes, it's Cracktooth's, a tavern known for, well, you'll see.
Cracking tea?
Cracking tea.
Could be. Let's hope not. There it is.
It doesn't seem like Verlaine's style. And she said it's her
Well-
favorite, I think.
She did. That she did. She said she's a friend of the owner. Your second stop was at Sandpoint Savories, a bakery run by Alma Averton and her daughters, though they weren't present. She was very chatty. She was happy to provide you guys with all manner of baked goods.
Mhm.
And then you departed. And that's where we're now going to pick up, on the streets of Sandpoint, just outside the Sandpoint Savories.
Zoom, enhance.
Enhance.
Where are we? There we go.
Enhance.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Aww.
We're gonna...
Just across the street from you, you can see there was a sign in front of a storefront depicting a wide-eyed goblin reading an upside-down book nearly as tall as the goblin.
Oh yeah, we wanted to go to the Goblin Bookstore.
To the
Oh, we
right
did?
is a much larger building built from stone that looks to be
Yeah,
some
we
kind
all
of...
definitely wanted to go to the Goblin Bookstore. It was certainly not just Caillou.
But good
I
reading
guess-
anyway.
I guess we're going to the bookstore.
Fine.
into the bookstore then, if that's what it is.
They hate
Inside.
Actually, it's just for book burning.
Well, I mean, it's something to do with a goblin and a book. Inside, though, your curiosity may be laid to rest, for you see that this entire storefront is a testament to the owner's obsession with the printed word. There is a older man, well into his twilight years,
Twilight years.
who's sort of mumbling to himself as he shambles between two rows of bookshelves, holding a stack and like picking through them before sliding books into their places. There's not really anyone else in here at the moment, so you find it to be very quiet. What do you do?
Come on, Caillou.
I started touching all the books.
Jeez.
Is there anything interesting?
Oh
I
man,
mean,
there is so many books here. And in fact, there you go.
Bookstores!
Oh, can I do my thing just in case?
Spells.
Yeah, Lorian, as you're in here, your eyes sort of flit through everything, just taking in the details, looking for anything out of place or any extra bit of information that this environment can tell you. What you see are signs of a lifetime of collection, and you notice patterns, certain stains on books that span across volumes, indicating that they were stored together or recovered together. You find signs that everything here has a story to it, and that many of these were likely picked up in old ruins themselves, that these are not copies but original works.
Okay.
What is this scholarly journal thingy?
So a scholarly journal, you pick a topic that it is about. So if you find a scholarly journal on fish, then
Fish.
any recall knowledge checks that you make relating to fish, if you spend 1 minute referencing the journal beforehand, you'll get a bonus on the check. And I believe a compendium, let me see, just gives a bigger bonus. No, I'm sorry. A compendium gives you a bonus on a broader topic. So a scholarly journal might be about reef claws. A scholarly journal compendium might be about aquatic creatures of the Lost Coast.
Interesting.
And
So-
there are many of these about all kinds of different topics.
Is there a shopkeeper?
Just from what you can see, just the elderly old man who's sort of meandering. Though by about this point, he does finally notice you. And you can see he had a head of white hair, but even that has started to sort of thin, and it's very patchy. He's leaning on a gnarled oak cane, and he beams behind his spectacles when he sees you. Oh, hello. Sorry, didn't hear you come in.
Hi there. It's okay.
welcome
We're
to
just
the-
kind of looking around.
The curious goblin. I'm Chas Caladan, and oh yeah, he absolutely is. He like talks right over you. Doesn't even seem to process that you said anything yet until he reaches the end of his sentence, and then yes. Feel free to have a look around. Let me know if there's anything you want me to help you find. He does fix a very curious look on Lorian, though.
Ash's face. Shoot.
Ugh.
gonna go browsing through the books.
Do you have anything
Ooh.
interesting? Like
Hmm.
stories, or is it all like
Oh.
scholarly stuff?
Every log in these journals, every piece in my collection is an interesting piece. I believe these are all stories of a lifetime, of generations and ages.
Hmm.
Do you have any scholarly journals on the Runelords?
I wondered if you might be a adventurous sort, wrapped up in more of the Thassilonian gold rush. Yes, as it happens, we've got a few pieces. Now, though, come to think of it, Sandpoint's resident scholars checked out a fair number of the works on ruins in these parts.
Of course.
I imagine if you pay him a visit, he'd be happy to share a spot of tea and let you look at his academic notes. We've got some reclaimed spell books from the old empire. Those aren't fully translated, but and that will be the spell
Yeah?
scrolls first through third.
Ah.
Though that's where those come from.
All right, where does
So-
this adventurer live?
I thought he had a full spell book.
An adventurer.
Oh,
I think
your
not.
scholar, that person.
Broder de Quink. Yes, quite a big to do now. They used to think he was crazy. Well, I guess Mr. Quink got the last laugh. He's actually bound to be in here sometime tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna have tea with Sable across the road and Headmaster Gandathus. But you don't care about all that. You asked where you can find him. He makes his home up on the bluff, up near the old light.
That close to the ruins?
Well, I should think so. The ruins are the old light.
Oh, the ruins. Okay, perfect. We're going that way
I was
anyway.
gonna say there. Yeah.
Okay. Now that I zoomed out on my own, yeah, okay. I had the shop in front of it.
Did you know, young lady, that they had tall tales and works of heroism and adventure even back in the days of that yonder light? That's right. Even the old empire had their love of stories. They had more oral traditions because the ones who could write mostly did the spell casting, but they were up there. They were out there telling stories that mattered to their people. Cultural norms were a little different then, but they would regale their children with stories of incredible magic. And
Do you have any like journals or books on that?
oh, certainly. One of my personal favorites is this. And he gestures to like a 9-piece compendium, completely in Thassilonian. This is a reclaimed annotated work, as recorded by Jandal Berdanthus in the underwater ruins where they believe
Underwater
Aslant to now be. Recorded them all in his journals. And these right here are it's a pretty true rendition of many of the stories that they would tell. These stories about the journey of first King Zin over the ocean in
Like he's,
exile
like,
and the
slowly inching
establishment
towards
of
him.
just
Who can speak Thessalonian? Is it anyone other than Fixie?
Man,
Oh wait, I can speak Thessalonian.
I think it's like everyone but me.
Get it together. Come on.
I know.
Saya.
I would imagine for some of you it's easier than others. Like I imagine Fixney can just like look at it and be like, oh yeah, this says this. Whereas like I imagine Lorian might have like a little journal that she opens to reference certain runes. Caillou, you might have more of like it might take you some time to be like, okay, yeah,
Contextual.
I've got right.
Yeah.
like each character might have a different means of how you understand the language. It's up to you to determine. But
Okay. How much?
well, for this compendium, given its value and the nature of its first-hand collection, be 90 gold sales. And I will say, every single one of you would be like,
What if it was not
for
that
a set
much?
of non-magical books, that is outlandishly expensive.
What if it was not that many movies though?
Not that many what?
Monies.
Here.
It's all right. I've seen that phase before. You're not the first to balk at my prices, but at the end of the day, these are my life's work. My love is in these pages. Anyone who wants to is always welcome to come here, read a few. Save up if you will, and you want to purchase them, but it's okay. I understand that's not the kind of money most have lying around. As long as people appreciate them and enjoy them, that's the important thing. You're welcome to come in and read anytime.
Okay, does anyone have like any actual money? Because I was like, I think I have a couple gold pieces and I have one.
No, we spent basically all of it.
Yeah, we spent a good portion of it. I don't.
Darn. 'Cause was
I have,
gonna say
like,
maybe
I
we
have
could
9
haggle,
gold.
but
I have
I
9
have-
gold pieces on my person.
I have
pretty fucking sure we can get them down to like 10 gold.
I have 13 gold worth of coins, and most of it's in silver. I should probably convert that, but 13 gold total.
I will note, by the way, that this is a work of Thassilonian fiction.
Yeah, but kind of still wants it.
Like,
Okay.
like sexy
Can I-
fiction?
Can I
No.
look?
Is it Thessalonian?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. He absolutely will allow people to read in this store. In fact, he loves it. So yeah. And like flipping through it,
It's like,
you can see that
oh,
sure enough, like these
Oh.
look like someone used a spell. I can't remember what it's called. Alvin, you probably know the spell I'm talking about, where you can see writing and copy it out of your head onto a page.
Oh, yeah, that one. It's a
Someone-
divination that one, I think.
Someone used that kind of magic. But you can tell just from the writings that this was copied off of stone. And even in the writings, some of the characters have been rubbed away, presumably by, 10 millennia underwater. But it is a remarkably complete set of stories and myths that would have been carried by pre-Thassilonian settlers, by the individuals who traveled with First King Zin before Thassilon was even formed.
I wants it really bad. That's okay though.
We could always come back.
Oh, yes, but please do. And I do buy, by the way, if you ever have any works that you want to sell, I'll pay a premium.
Good to know.
We can collect some books as we go.
We shall work on collecting some books for you, sir.
You
But I
look the
think we
sort
should-
who'll have a story or two to tell of your own before all's said and done.
Well, I certainly hope we will.
Oh,
But I do think we
wait.
need to get over to the ruins before we run out of time.
Oh, the old light. Well, take a look, but be careful. It's right up there on the sea cleft, and it's don't expect too much. It's not a Pathfinder ruin. It's just it's a bit of history, more like a statue to be admired.
Well, keep it in mind. Your whole place is super cool. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, young lady.
Goodbye!
Before you go,
Bye.
Yes.
he is gonna, young miss. He gestures at Lorian. Might I ask? It's nothing. Never mind.
Quite the message you have.
Have a
there.
good day.
I like your face. All right.
Thank you, you too. Goodbye.
Do I perhaps resemble your long-lost granddaughter?
Oh, I should think not. Oh,
I'm gonna
well,
leave.
if I'm not mistaken, and like you can hear him rambling as you leave.
Yeah, peace out. See ya.
And you're
I'll
back
give him
outside.
back his book and then run out.
Now where to?
Towards the old light.
Yes.
Okay.
Up
So
Main Street.
as you travel north up Main Street, you notice that it slopes uphill. Sort of as a lesser mirror of Magnimar, funny enough. Northern Sandpoint is elevated atop a higher bluff. And the road on the hill actually passes between two of the larger buildings in Sandpoint. Looking to the right is the unmistakable 2-story town hall. And you can see that there's, signage indicating Sandpoint, Light of the Lost Coast, town hall, and you can see there's like a little billboard with announcements. It looks like there's going to be a new play this spring in the in the Sandpoint Theater. You see announcements for like a wedding between so and so, well wishes. You see a bounty placed by Mayor Deverin for any information on recent bodies disappearing from the hinterlands cemeteries.
Hmm.
Wow.
Stuff like that. Level 1 adventurer stuff.
Sure.
You know.
But none of our business.
Nope.
Sure.
We don't.
You do.
We don't have time for that. We're only
While
here for
on
the night.
While on the left is a stone fortress. Not quite a castle, but not quite not a castle either. You can see
Like
that
a
it
castle
has...
adjacent.
I mean, you can see it on the map. That sucker is,
Pretty
it's pretty
big.
castle adjacent. And you can see that there are a number of leather armored militia. There's a training yard out front, and you can see that there's some people, looks like fishermen, some basic laborers in town who are practicing archery, like volunteers maybe. And as you're passing between these two buildings on your way up the hill, you actually almost collide. Who's leading the way? Who would be up front? Saya?
I think so.
It sounded like Saya. I'd probably be close behind.
I'd be absentmindedly looking around. It's like, ooh,
Yeah, I feel like I'd be kind of up.
like touristy.
Okay. That makes
And
sense.
on your right is the town hall, and on your left is the
And
fortress.
as you're saying this, you almost collide with a man who you kind of didn't see coming, which is silly because he is a very large man. Shoanti, you can see he has shaved his head. He kind of wears a scarf around his neck, and you can see a little silver sheriff's badge pinned to a vest, and just a hint of armor peeking out under his clothing. And he kind of, as you almost crash into him,
Oh, so
"Oh, there.
sorry.
Watch out. Excuse me. I don't think I know your faces.
Oh, we're just
Visitors to
visiting.
Face?
Pathfinders.
Maybe?
No.
She is.
I don't know if that's secret.
You don't need to go around telling everyone.
We got
It's
asked.
alright.
I didn't offer it.
I'm not here to pry into your business.
Good.
Just know that I won't tolerate any nonsense in my town. So,
Oh, we're only here for the
Be
night,
good.
So.
Oh,
What
we're
counts
all
as
sense
nonsense?
here.
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Nifix is already feeling personally attacked here.
Only.
Fighting.
Oh.
Stealing, chaos in the streets, sneaking in goblins, things like that.
Sneaking in goblins. It sounds like there's a story there.
Yeah, have you had an
Would
issue
do
with
such
that?
a thing. Sounds irresponsible.
It was very irresponsible. 3 dogs died,
Oh,
and
What?
1 woman was seriously injured.
Hmm.
So,
We're just
Be good.
passing. We're just passing through. We don't plan on causing trouble.
Don't even get goblins nearby anyway.
well, there's pretty sizable population of them in this region.
Well, no worries, sir. We are only here for the evening and enjoying the lovely city, but I don't think I caught your name.
Hemlock. Sheriff Hemlock.
Lovely to meet you, Sheriff Hemlock.
Nice to meet you.
You as well.
Sorry, we almost ran into you. You have a very nice city.
Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business appointment with the mayor.
Enjoy your
Look
meeting.
me up if you find you need anything. And he
Thank
kind of
you.
dourly nods politely and makes his way across the street toward the town hall.
Did he come out of the fortress building?
No, he was coming from the
Where's-
north, which
Oh,
is why
okay.
you probably almost ran into him.
Mm.
He was probably coming from some business somewhere.
Okay.
Well, he seems nice.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Caillou, don't go telling people I'm a Pathfinder, please.
Okay,
In
Why?
fact, don't bring me up at all. That would be preferable.
just ignore me.
Oh,
Okay.
You're just our lovely
You-
stern friend.
I'm gonna lean over. Are you criminalizing?
What?
Never mind.
Dixney, you can't just ask somebody that.
It seems polite to ask.
You guys take a left onto Tower Street as you're talking. You can see there's a locksmith with a little sign off to the left here if anyone wants to buy a lock. While the rest of these buildings are increasingly ramshackle homes. And ahead.
One
The
of
old
these
100 goats, it sounds like.
one of these homes should be our scholar, right?
Probably, yes.
Okay. I don't know if we want to go knock on doors or before it gets dark. You should probably just check out the ruins and then we can go find it.
Let's look at the ruins first.
Making your way over to the ruins, it's a little underwhelming. At first, like, you know, from far away, you saw there's this structure that kind of rises off the bluff. What looks like, indeed, they call it the Old Light. It could be the leftovers of an old Thassilonian lighthouse. But you find that it is entirely hollowed out and filled almost entirely with stone and debris. There's no halls, no passages, no statues or inscriptions, just time-worn rocks and quiet and shadow.
This isn't anything like the last ruin I was at.
Lorian, you do notice something.
Except for this!
That's odd.
How odd.
You notice that based on the part of the wall you can see and its curvature, doing some quick math, it appears to be the exact same diameter as the circle market in Roderick's Cove.
That is odd.
How oddening.
Yo, that's fucked up.
Is it?
How, was this damaged?
Looking
Like,
about,
is
it's
it-
hard to tell. I mean, it's
was it-
old. It looks like
Okay.
it may have fallen apart thousands of years ago.
Okay.
Do you think they used to do a circle market here?
I wouldn't get close to this thing. It doesn't look stable.
Oh, that's the best. Unstable architecture.
Someone's watching us.
Okay, fine, I
Who
won't
is
climb
Hiding in
it.
the rocks over
Don't look at them. Who is it? Or what do they look like?
there. They're like about as big as me or Fixney.
Is it a child?
Okay, it could be a gnome.
I'm just asking.
I mean, yeah,
Good
probably. It kind of smells like it might be a child, but we don't know.
Okay, well, they're just watching. It's not a big deal.
Fine, it won't be bad.
Yeah, it wouldn't be nice if I fireball that area.
No, don't do that.
See?
Even without Nifix's crazy good senses, most of you guys can hear a coming from the pile of rocks over there.
A what?
A gasp.
A gasp.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh! And a dog! They have a dog.
Oh.
Everywhere.
I'll call out. Hello.
A little scruffy brown-haired head pokes up from some of the rocks, and then seeing that you're all looking, sort of ducks back down and then just peeks over a little bit. Definitely a kid.
Can we help you?
They hold very still.
And your dog?
That's your dog.
It's okay. We won't hurt you.
Make a someone in the who's speaking
I'll
make
make
a
one.
diplomacy.
Sure.
Saya,
Oops,
I
that
guess,
is
yes.
not the right button. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I always click on that.
Whoa! You don't need to do that,
You
Saya.
know
I know,
what?
I didn't
It
mean
makes
it.
sense that the swashbuckler would default to performance.
Wait, why isn't the skill action dialogue popping up? Oh my gosh, why?
I'm gonna grab one of Nifix's.
Hold on.
Oh, it's broken in this
Cookies?
game.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's broken. I'll probably have to
Oh.
re-import it.
Okay, I'll just roll it for normal then.
That's
Diplomacy.
fine.
We had it for one day and it's already broken.
I got so
That
used
does
to
remind me,
using
though.
it after
I
one
will
day.
re-import it.
Oh no! You know what? I don't know how many hero points you're using today, but I will hero point that. I don't want to roll a 2. It's not even important. That's better. How about
Remove the skill dialogue macro, and
Okay.
then find it again, and then re-add it, and I think it will work.
delete macro?
Okay, 24, and
Yeah.
you used a hero point.
I did. I had an extra. So.
You are as nice as you can, and reluctantly, the little boy comes out from the rocks he was hiding in, and you can see a sort of a sand complexion and the start of 2 tusks growing out of his mouth.
He's a walrus.
He
No.
for fuck's sake, Ash.
He's a baby walrus.
He kind of peers at you with faintly yellow eyes.
Hi, I'm Saya.
Don't fireball me.
I was just kidding. Unless you're a goblin. No, you're not a goblin.
Vixie, don't be mean.
This
Hi.
is
You look
Fixney.
scared.
Hi.
I'm Caillou. What's your name?
Grimace.
Hi, Grimace.
Nice to meet you, Grimace.
What you doing at the ruins?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
Uh,
We're here to kind of poke around. See if there's anything fun. Is there
You're
anything
not supposed
fun
to
around
poke
here?
around the old light.
Yeah, but that's okay. We can keep a secret.
Why is that?
Because the sheriff says more, he's like trying to make like a sign with his hands. Of the monsters will come if we mess with it.
Monsters.
But Gorvy says there's not going to be any more. But there hasn't been any
That's
in all since Sandpoint was built. And Gorby knows a lot.
Okay, wait, who is Gorby? Is that the name of the scholar that guy like just told us about, or no?
No, that's bro dirt.
Roger. Okay, never mind. I just
Bro.
curious.
Grovy sounds pretty smart. Who's Grovy?
Grovy. Gorvy is.
Or Gorvy, sorry.
You got me
Gorby.
saying it. Gorvy's he's the boss.
Oh, the boss of what?
Gorvy's boys. He sticks out
Oh.
his chest a little bit.
Oh,
Oh.
are you a Gorby's boy?
Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, what do the Gorby's
Oh.
boys do around here? Do you guys like
We pick up trash.
pick up? Oh, so you keep the lighthouse nice for everyone?
Oh no, mostly just the streets and stuff.
Oh.
And we're not
gotcha.
allowed in any of the alleys.
That's okay. That's a pretty important job. You keep it looking nice here.
That is a
Yeah,
very
that-
good job.
Yeah. And Gorvy says that. Well, I'm not supposed to say what Gorvy says.
That's okay. It's good to be, like secretive with your friends, especially if it's something important to them.
Yeah.
What would you know about that?
Okay. I'm gonna go home.
That's for the best.
All right. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you. And Lorian, it is impossible for you to miss that he's been hiding one of his hands behind his back the entire time. And he's just gonna sort of inch away.
I watch to see if I can spot what it is.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I tried re-putting the skill action
And
dialogue,
didn't.
and refreshed, but that didn't. work.
You have to
Just a-
drag it out of the compendium now.
I did.
Not the what? What do you mean you
The
did?
compendium? Yeah, I always drag from the compendium. Where else would I get it?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's borked.
I told you last time that it was.
Anyway.
Perception check.
Mhm.
Sorry, I got so used to using the skill action dialogue. That
It's really
now I'm,
nice.
During our break,
perception's
I'm gonna
right
try to
here on
fix
the
it.
left. Duh.
Yep.
Oh, was that supposed to be blind? Sorry.
Yes.
Hold on, let me re-roll it blind. You blind. Okay, there you go.
Okay. You only get a glimpse as he like turns and quickly tries to shift it so that it's still out of view. It looks like he's got something small and maybe wood or something in his hand. It's not clear what it is, but it is very small. And then he's gonna go. He's going.
I fireball him. I'm gonna go after him. Wait, you dropped something.
And he kind of turns to look behind it, like looking for what he might have dropped.
I'm gonna go up to him and kind of put myself in between him and the rest of the group.
Mhm.
What is that you've got in your hand? Say
Nothing.
quietly. Will you trade me?
How about
pull
you
out-
trade me? I'm
I
full.
do this quietly. I pull out a gold piece. Are you sure?
I'll offer a cookie.
God damn it, you're not fucking there, bro.
You know what? Yeah, he actually is. Oh. Okay.
I
And then
trade
he'll
for a
just
gold piece.
slap it into your hand, take the gold, and then run off with it.
Okay, bye.
Was it worth the gold?
What you
Fun
find in your
fact, it's a
hand
stick.
is
It's a pebble.
My stick.
mostly finished wood, like a hand carving of a bird that looks to have been carved from a bit of driftwood.
Is it? Was it a whistle or gonna be, or is it just a bird?
No, just a bird. It's not finished, but it is very, very good. Almost too good for the kid at his age.
Do I recognize the bird?
Go ahead and make this would be a society check. Recall knowledge.
Watch, this doesn't even fucking matter.
So Caillou is insatiably curious, and she'll come up and be like, "What's that?"
What are you doing?
What's
You
that?
can also make this attempt. And let me see.
It's a bird.
Caillou, you may use Varisia lore if you'd like.
Oh.
And Saya,
right?
you may use Gossip
I'd like to
if
look.
you'd like.
I can always
Gossip.
gossip lore.
You fucking gossip.
I am. Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be
But
secret.
society, yes, it should be secret. But society is the main rule.
What can I use, Dilly?
Society.
Society. Recall knowledge?
Mm-hmm. So you guys all just sort of crowd around looking at this little, almost finished bit of wood.
Do you pay him for it?
Yes.
Well, it's not done.
Let's see.
For the right
You
price,
all actually
people
rolled really
will-
well here.
People will give up just about anything.
Every single one of you guys has heard rumors in different ways.
Love it.
Rumors of Sandpoint and its troubled past. Some time ago, quite some time ago now, like 20 years ago.
Don't you mean Sandpoint's unpleasantness?
Once upon a time, almost 20 years ago, there was a serial killer in
Oh,
Sandpoint.
Yikes.
Big yikers.
Lorian, obviously, you know why you know this one. It's probably a case study. The serial killer was called Chopper, and he went on a rampage, killed almost 40 people before
That's
finally getting caught by the town's sheriff, who was murdered in the encounter, but was able to wound Chopper, and the wound created a trail that the new sheriff, Belor Hemlock, followed to the serial killer's lair, where he caught him. The man, well, he found the man had committed ritual suicide.
hmm.
Seppuku.
Why this matters is because the Chopper was actually Jervis Stute, a solitary hermit who lived on the Isle in Sandpoint called Chopper's Isle, and he carved birds out of wood.
Hmm.
And looking at this, Saya, it reminds you of this.
Mm-hmm.
Lorian, you know the stories. Fixney. This is kind of an odd thing for, an odd reference to the news from some time past that you just happen to hear in passing. But perhaps most interestingly, Caillou. This is an authentic piece by Jervis Stute. This is not a copy.
Was the kid coming from like the direction of Chopper's Isle?
The kid was hiding in the old light, was hiding in some of the rocks in the ruin.
Like over here, kind of?
Yeah.
Caillou's gonna kind of snatch it out of your hands and look at
Oh,
it
I'm
again
not
and be like-
letting you fucking do that.
She's gonna be like, wait a minute. Guys, I don't think that's a replica.
And
Wait.
it doesn't look recently carved, I assume.
Actually, it does. It looks like
That
it was
doesn't
carved as of.
Seem right.
I mean, like there's signs that it was being carved 15 minutes ago.
Should
There's-
be.
There's no way. That should not exist.
You wanna go tell the sheriff? We're not gonna be here long enough to follow up on our own, I don't think.
I think we should go to Chopper's Isle.
What would we
Screw-
tell the sheriff? We found a bird. It looks like this.
Hey, look, we found a kid with this.
We
Deal
need
with
more
it.
evidence before we present it to law enforcement.
I think we need to go to Chopper's Isle. I mean, this lighthouse just looks like a bunch of rocks anyway, so.
Look, screw Verlaine's party. She's gonna be so mad if we miss it. What time is it?
I couldn't care less. This is far more interesting.
Definitely interesting.
I mean, okay,
That
don't
is
get me
so
wrong.
Weird.
I agree with you. I just don't know if we want to get on the lady's bad side.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to the party.
I'm just
I'm
gonna pat
not going
myself.
to the stupid party when I can go on an adventure.
Maybe we can do both.
Well, let's head over there now then. Let's get going. Caillou's just gonna start walking off.
Lorian will pocket the bird.
What time is
So-
it anyway?
That's a good question. What time is it?
Bark o'clock.
At this point-
Goodness.
It's about 5:45.
We got 2 hours. Let's go.
Yeah.
To the Isle of Chop.
Okay. Well, so that's going to be a problem. It's a simple walk over to, over to here.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a jagged cliff about 50 feet down to the sharp rocks at the bottom,
Dun,
Mm.
dun, 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 dun,
My
dun,
where
dun,
the
favorite.
dun,
beach connects to Chopper's Isle.
Mm-hmm.
There's no stair.
dun. Like,
You can see, actually, right here, you can see there was a stair, but it looks like it was knocked down a decade ago.
So no easy way back there.
Not
Hey,
without some
Dixie,
climbing
could you use
gear.
Mage Hand and get us down there? Like, could
Me?
you, like, grab us and put
barks
us
in
down there?
reply.
That's not how it works.
Shh. Yes, it is.
Hmm.
I have a grappling hook. If we can attach a rope, we can use it to
Mhm.
climb down.
I have a rope.
I have rope as well.
I should. I have rope.
Yeah.
Rope away.
Are you going to use that?
Oh, I'll let them use their rope.
How far down is, did you say?
About 50 feet.
Oh, perfect. But it's like jagged. Can we use the rope like over here by where the stairs were, not by jagged rocks?
Yeah. If
Okay.
you've got rope, spending 10 minutes, you guys could
Okay.
pretty easily navigate your way down.
Then I will do so.
Before I go down, though, I'd cast this on myself.
In a way in which we can get back up, correct?
I leave. It's a
assuming you leave the
grappling hook,
rope.
so I leave it. Yeah, to get back up.
Yeah.
You,
I
you,
just
in
want
this
to
case, you
be
probably want to
clear.
tie it somewhere.
Right.
but-
Unless some fucking asshole comes and takes it off, then it'll still be there.
You guys spend about 10 minutes descending to the beach below where there is just trash everywhere. Guess where they take the trash they collect. You're looking
Gross.
at it.
What, did they
Oh.
just chuck it? Just...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It looks like Gorvy's boys are not eco-friendly. There's just garbage all over this beach. And walking through here, there's also little footprints in the sand of not quite humanoid feet.
Oh, let's follow those. Those sound like...
Look
Shoot,
to
I
be
forgot
like
his
little
name.
Goblin
Yeah,
feet.
goblin feet.
A lot of them.
Recent.
And you can see like, some older. You can see like some discarded dog slicers here and there. Signs that goblins come and root around in the trash. Though you don't see any at present.
Let's move
But
on.
now that you're out here, as you move across the beach toward Chopper's Isle, you find it's a little creepy.
A little.
There's a stillness in the air. a feeling of negativity, of the hairs on the back of your neck just standing up, and no clear reason why.
Sounds like a haunt. Look, you got your ghost music on, so that's where my head went.
Oops, I sheathed it. I draw it.
The bulk of the aisle is elevated. And once again, these stairs still remain, but they're completely overgrown with grass and vines. Following the steps up, which would be like from here, taking the steps up to about there, you can see that there's an old, overgrown trail, almost impossible to see anymore, that just sort of winds its way along the edge of the aisle to about here, where there's just a patch of scorched grass and some burned wood, signs of a shack that, or maybe even a cottage that was burned to the ground here
How long ago?
a long time ago,
Hmm.
a very long time ago. But everything, there's no insects out here. Even the cry of gulls is muted somehow, like the seagulls themselves are timid and afraid to make too much noise around here.
That's not right.
Can I? That's odd. This, where it was burned specifically.
Looking about, something jumps out at you. Amid the ashes of burned wreckage, there's a little edge of wood just poking out that looks like it may belong to something bigger.
Guys, come here.
Really?
I was just gonna touch it as soon as it gets pointed out.
Help me pull this up.
Sure.
It doesn't take much effort. It's just it's about the size of a human skull.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
So it's
Okay.
not big.
is
It's
it a
not
human
skull.
skull?
No, actually, it's another wooden bird.
Does it
This
look?
one of a heron.
Does it look
It's
as
partially
recently
scorched,
carved?
but no,
Oh, okay.
no, this looks to be decades old.
You
But-
can kind of see between like the differences in the other ones, like how new this wood carving is.
I pull out the other one so we can.
Using
that
earlier
explains.
successful checks, it's very clear, like, this is either the world's most talented imitation artist, or yeah, it's the same creator. But looking at this one, there is something a little extra.
Which one, the big one?
First of all, it's finished, but looking at it, the carving in it of its plumage, the lines in its back, the way it was carved to give it detail. The details are actually made up of dozens of tiny little moth drawings.
Can I check if it's magical?
You have detect magic?
Mm-hmm.
It is not magic.
Can I do a check? Is it like a specific kind of moth?
Take a quick peek at something. You can do actually occultism.
Only?
In this case, yes.
I can't use Varisia lore.
Oh, you got me there. Okay, yes, you can
Got
use
him.
Varisia lore.
Take
Okay,
that.
I just wanted to make sure because I was like, I know the lores are like lower DCs. I was like, I gotta use it last time.
You're not sure. Best you can say is no, that's not any moth you recognize, not a moth symbol of any sort that you've...
Does this have a way to open? It's kind of big.
No.
No, that's just
It looks
solid.
like it may be a piece of like a wrecked ship that was
Oh.
like maybe part of a mast that someone carved away down to this.
But the moths are like part of the carving. They're not like part of the wood, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Almost like they used this moth motif to make the greater design of the bird.
Are you interested in the moths?
I'm just trying to figure out if it has like some kind of like symbolism. Like it feels really odd that it would be made up of these moths if it was not something that was like somewhat important. Did you find out if it was magical, Fixney?
No, it's not magical.
Oh, did Ash's mic die?
I think it did. It's like flashing. It looks mad.
Yeah, you're still muted and it's flashing red.
Yeah, flashing red.
Yeah, it turned green.
No.
Nope.
Put it in chat. Just type it out.
Turned green for all of like a second.
Hello?
Hello.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know why it was flashing red. Did it die again? Oh no, it's still
No.
there. Okay. I don't know why it was flashing red. Can I do an occultism check on the moths
Sure.
as well? Okay. Since I see she's interested.
I feel like I would have
Your-
explained. Like, it's odd that these are moths. Like, I don't understand what the purpose was.
You have a feeling about this, Lorian.
Have you seen Silence of the
That-
Lambs?
Oh no.
That the moths were the real inspiration. Almost like
They were important.
there was this element of his psyche that he wasn't even aware of when he was carving this. Like the moths are almost unintentional. Like there was a guiding hand, and that was part of it.
Is there a...
And when you think about that, it brings to mind funny enough, an old Varisian folk story from these parts.
Look at it! It all connects!
Mind you, you've probably not heard Saya talk about this, but many Varisians who travel through these regions talk about an omen of the road called the Mothman. That when you see it, it's a curse, and that calamity is sure to follow.
Oh, great.
Great, I'm glad we touched this.
But he has a great ass.
No,
I
not
was
this.
thinking the same
Not this
thing.
one. No, that's a
Oh, okay.
specific one, and he got into like modeling.
Okay.
Not this
He did a lot
Mothman.
of squats, you know, like
Yeah.
he wanted to be seen. Actually, That was
Exactly.
the whole
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Sure, this one had some good cake.
I will share
But-
that.
Ah, man, that is my sister's deal. The omens and the things. So, but the new one doesn't have that on it, but it's also not finished.
The new one is not finished.
Does the new one have the moths at all?
Well, now that you mention it, unnoticed prior, you can almost see that motif partially there. Like, as it's coming together, you can see where it's beginning to form.
Hmm. Is there some kind like, okay, so the Mothman is an omen. Is there a cult around that or anything? Have you heard any stories about that kind of thing?
Curiosity, can I do a recall knowledge check, like with Varisia lore, specifically on the folktale? Like, now that I know
Yeah,
that part,
yeah.
Can I, like,
You
do it
can
again?
you can both attempt that, sure.
Can I
Okay,
use
so
my
I was like, that's a
Varisian
little
lore?
bit different.
In this
so-
case, yes, because it is a
Yes.
Varisian folktale.
Heck yeah.
Caillou, nothing really beyond what you already have gleaned. Nothing comes to mind. However, Saya,
Yeah.
your wagon
Mhm.
did have a name for what they called the legend. They wouldn't say be good or the Mothman will come.
Right. It's not a
They
boogeyman.
would say be good or the Red Bishop will appear.
The Red Bishop. Oh.
But that's just a story.
I don't know.
Hell, when you grew up, your aunt who loved to tell that one even told you like, oh, it's just to spook the kids. There's no Red Bishop. That's a
Okay.
it's just a fun Varisian boogeyman.
Okay. So yeah, I would relate all that too.
Okay.
Though it makes me a little worried that apparently the carver of this believes in it so much.
What, the new one? He could have just been imitating, trying to finish it. Doesn't necessarily mean anything.
So, he lived on this island, right? Is there any kind of structure? I'm sorry if I missed that when we were talking about
You're standing in what's left of it.
Just this
of the only
burnt ass
structure here.
one.
burnt out. Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
And are there any signs of goblins around here, or was that all on the beach?
All on the beach.
Hmm.
In fact, the tracks, which this is weird for goblins, went nowhere near the stairs up to this point.
I don't know, I'm just a little nervous because it was a whole ritual suicide thing, and I don't know, maybe you came back to life, and I don't know. There are all kinds of stories about stuff like that. I don't know if it applies here, but that's where my head's going.
We literally just went through this, but we're here, and nothing is happening.
How do you know? You haven't been here that long.
Been about 20 minutes, by the way. It's 6:10.
Jervis Stute!
You're just gonna ask for his name?
What are you playing fucking Phasmophobia? You know what happens when you do that?
Are you here? How old are
fucking
you?
crazy?
What happened to you?
Even the GM wouldn't fucking do that.
Are you mad? Are you mad?
Gus never talked to me in that game.
I'm totally doing that right now, yeah.
Jervis Stewart, hello.
Jervis Stute, Jervis Stute, Jervis Stute, Jervis Stute.
It's Bloody Mary now.
You're gonna call him. I'm superstitious.
Sorry,
He's
what was
hunting!
left of this hut? Is it just the foundation, or is there still like any structure?
It's all burned down. Just like the ashes and odd like bit of wood jutting from the ground. Forgotten, overgrown, dead.
Oh.
Oh, I don't have any rituals for this. Are you trying to call his ghost back?
I don't mean to be cocky, but she pulls out her rapier, gives it a little twirl. He can come at me if he wants to.
I don't remember if this island is it fully rocky or is it, dirt sand kind of thing.
Well, up where you're at, there's some grass, but otherwise, it's mostly just kind of barren and sandy.
Can I take a run under the ash?
Digging around through that, like there's bits of wood that come up, some bits of burned miscellany.
Do we know
burned
what
femur.
happened to his body?
Burnt
A femur?
Mm-hmm.
But did they
Did he
burn
burn
his body in the
femur?
house?
Yeah, did they? Is that what happened?
Hold on.
You're not really sure?
Hold on. Don't you touch that. I get out my... It's time to do an autopsy.
He's been
I've
dead
got
for
forensic tools for this.
He's been dead for 20 years.
That doesn't matter.
And burned.
I don't give a shit.
It's too damaged, old.
No!
But it is a little off-putting and upsetting to find a human bone mixed into this burned ruin.
Oftentimes killers take trophies. It doesn't necessarily mean it was his. It could have been something from his victims.
Yeah, can you do a DNA test?
If the GM lets me, yes.
No. Come back when you're legendary
Potentially.
proficiency.
Is there
Is there a
anything
s-
like else in like
I
the
want to
current
find a
structure? Is it
skull. I'm gonna look around for a skull.
just the one bone?
I mean, that was just with like 5 minutes of digging around in the ash.
I'm gonna keep digging.
Caillou's also gonna keep.
I mean,
digging.
this whole place, like, you could spend all day and keep finding little knickknacks. I mean, it's an
Yeah.
old, overgrown.
Your dogs are out of control today. I'm gonna
But
keep
yeah,
digging
just
around.
digging around. You're just finding ashes, burned pieces.
I want to go explore in a different spot. Just like hunt
Okay.
around and see if there's anything else in the area.
Yeah, spreading out, spending another, we'll say 20 minutes. You guys aren't really finding anything else. It's all very haunting and ominous.
I'm taking that fucking femur.
Odd.
You're odd.
That's odd. If it's the victim's bone, it shouldn't be left here. And if it's the killer's bone, then fuck him. It shouldn't be here, resting peacefully.
I don't know if being burned is
What would you
peaceful.
do with it?
I don't know yet. I'll figure out something.
Like a magpie.
A magpie. The hell is a magpie?
I'm not a bird.
I will note, by the way, that the sun is beginning to set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what time is that dinner?
8 o'clock.
We probably should start going. I don't want to climb up there when it's dark.
Okay, let's head back then.
It'll take you, we'll say, another 10 minutes to get back to the old light.
Oh, good. No one stole the grappling hook or anything. No
No,
problems.
no.
Cool. Well, that was weird. Do you want to give it in?
Probably want to ghost down here.
Do you want to tell the sheriff about this, or are we just gonna sit on it?
I think we should talk to, what was his name?
Oh,
Child some more.
yeah, fair.
Ask him specifically where he got this, if he was the one carving it, if he saw somebody carving it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Can I like follow his tracks or whatever when he left us?
So you didn't mark him as your hunted prey. You wouldn't get the bonuses. Go ahead and make a quick survival check, Caillou.
Oh, wait, I have something for this too.
I'm gonna say, did he have any weird smells that Nifix can follow?
No. Yeah, you're not seeing any real tracks from the kid. To be
What
fair,
if he was a ghost?
it's on a road.
Yeah.
And not like a muddy road. It wouldn't be very easy to leave tracks.
Can I use this?
Yeah. If you're going to start interviewing locals looking for them,
Sure.
but that's a downtime thing, I believe.
No.
The track activity.
You good?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
It says
exploration, but it
exploration.
takes an hour.
Up to an hour. It says half your travel speed using.
But yes, if you're willing to start interviewing people, just keep in mind that would probably be
Take time. Yeah.
all you guys would be able to do in Sandpoint for the remainder of your time here.
Mhm.
We should probably go to the dinner.
Do we have time
would-
to talk to the scholar first? Because we still got probably what, a half hour?
You've got an hour.
I don't know.
We got another
I'm bad
hour.
At time. I'm bad at time.
We got an hour. Unless you want to get there early, but that's really early.
No, I don't.
No, I don't feel like we should spend any more time there than we have to. To be polite.
Get a to-go box. Haha, nice to see you. Okay, goodbye.
Thanks for inviting us out. Bye.
So what are you guys gonna do?
He Brodert.
Yeah. He should be in a house over here somewhere.
8 or 7?
You don't really know. You'd have to start knocking.
Well, we're starting
asking.
knocking.
So you guys can make diplomacy checks or society checks to try to find the guy,
Diplomacy.
Can I use my eyes of the city?
which would let you use diplomacy or society.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Diplomacy is a secret or is this public?
It doesn't really matter. I'm
Oh.
gonna stop you guys there though because Caillou's already got it.
Oh, oops. Okay.
Caillou makes a point of being, when you guys settle on, okay, we're gonna find the scholar. In the time it takes you to be like, well, now how do we go about this? Caillou just walks up to the first person on the street, like, hey, we're looking for that scholar. Where is he? And
He's right
I
there.
feel like that
the
checks
dude in his like straw fishing hat is like, oh, you want Brodert Quink? Points you at house 8.
Darn it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was convenient.
It really
Very.
was. Well, I mean, you were in the right area. You find that the building he lives in is probably the oldest out of all these little houses over here.
That checks out.
Mhm.
The home itself, though, is basically unremarkable. What do you do?
Knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. After a minute, you can hear, just a minute. Let me put this down. Oh, no! Crash. Boom. Things falling.
Oh.
A moment later, you can hear the lock being worked, and the door opens, and you see another old dude with balding white hair and spectacles. Though this one looks to be maybe a decade or two younger than Chask Halidin. He looks at you, and you can see behind him just towers of books that all came crashing down when he moved through. Yes? Can I help you?
Hello, we heard that you are the resident scholar on Thassilonian stuff.
Ah, you're here for my work on the Old Light. Okay. Oh, are you with any academic societies?
No, just interested. Not me,
Even
actually,
Even better,
these guys.
Even better. Oh, do come in. Come in. I was just about to put a kettle on. Where'd the kettle go? If you'll just permit me a moment, sir, let me get this. And like he'll spend a couple minutes, bringing you in, like trying to fit all of you into the crowded living quarters here.
Crowded.
What's this house like?
Cluttered.
With?
Books.
Books and shit.
Books, paperwork, drawings, schematics. You actually see hanging on one wall a very large, like, parchment that has had drawn on it like a deconstructed tower of some kind. And you can see that there's like crystals set in it and like lines pointing to different details of what this might be or that might be, how they work. You can see that he has, well, it's clearly supposed to be the Old Light, but he has drawn it in such a way that it doesn't look very much like a lighthouse, so much as like a giant death laser.
Oh.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Nod.
Ah, you're appreciating my work on the Hellstorm Plume, aren't you?
On the what?
Yes, of course you are. They all laughed. They all laughed, didn't they? They did.
On the what? Can you please explain?
Yes. Since you've come, allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Brodert Quink, and now the resident scholar and expert on the ancient superweapon of the Runelords of Zin Bakr-Khan.
Cool.
It is cool. Yes. A lighthouse, they said. For decades, everyone thought that they were lighthouses all along the Lost Coast. But no, I had my theory, and by Rory's glasses, I proved it right. Actually, some Pathfinders prove it right, but who can get caught up in those
Have
details?
have you been to Roderick's Cove?
No.
Stilly, what did you say? It was the same thing
Diameter.
as the.
And it's on the coast.
The circle market.
Which you know to be clearly part of a Thassilonian ruin. Because...
Yeah, there's a whole ruin underneath it.
I have something some circle market in Roderick's Cove. It's the same diameter.
I'm not interested. Thank you.
Listen,
No,
listen.
It's
I
also a
didn't think you were
Thassilonian ruin.
solicitors. What?
There is a Thassilonian ruin under Roderick's Cove. And the circle
No, just a
market-
moment. Just a moment. And he suddenly starts like tearing through his books until he pulls a specific old Thassilonian one with the Sihedron on the front. And he turns pages until you see at first what you take to be a map of Varisia, but looking at it, there are some extra lines, some dotted lines, and some shading where the sea is now. And he's like drawing his finger across
I
it.
think there
looking-
used to be one in Roderick's
Roderick's
Cove.
Every 24 miles or so, that would make sense. Yes,
while-
that would make sense. That may indeed
while
be
he's
a
got-
Hellstorm flume.
While he's got this out, can Caillou like peek over his shoulder and like sketch it in her notebook, like the extra lines and stuff that he has?
You can take note of it. I think you'd need more time to like get a proper sketch of it that would be usable, but you can like start to familiarize yourself with it.
Okay.
Does that work?
Sure.
Yes. So it is my understanding that the Runelords, that is the masters of the old empire, those Runelords who were affiliated with Wrath, controlled the Thassilonian country of Zin Bakra Khan.
Isn't Wrath the one that we fought a minion of?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Bakra Khan Runelords protected their territory with towers just like the old light.
Can you explain what the laser is?
Well, I can only speculate, of course, but we know that they were called Hellstorm flumes, and that they used a large channeling lens and crystal charged with arcane power and presumably some form of rune well filled to the brim with anger and wrath to create a focused rain, as it were, of fire and elemental destruction. It's believed that I believe that they had a certain radius, that it was less like a single ray and more like a storm cloud. Very destructive.
So,
Okay.
do you know where any more of these are?
Oh, well, there's plenty under the sea, I'm sure. You see, and he'll once again gesture to his map, giving you another look at the delightful sketch. I believe that this more or less represents the region of Zin Bakra Khan in the days of ancient Thassilon.
Can
And,
I make a copy of this? I have my journal out. Just kind of.
Oh, and he suddenly pulls it up protectively. I'm afraid you'd have to pay a certain fee for that. After all, I've done my scholarly due diligence.
What's the fee?
It's very clear he hadn't thought of that.
What if we
What if
had
you just trade?
a sculpture for you?
A sculpture?
Mm-mm.
Is
The
Lauren
door.
just back there like...
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Just
I'll give you
curious.
I'll give you 2 gold.
In case we find one. It's just good to know what you trade for.
I'll pay you 2 gold to let
I
me
will
have
permit
that for a
you.
minute.
I will permit you access to my map, I suppose. Though you'd do better to speak with the Pathfinder Lodge in Magnimar.
Well, we're
They
on
have
our way
much more
there.
complete maps.
Oh, so I shouldn't
This,
pay
after
you?
all, is just a copy, or rather a speculation. With some adjustments, I think that the Pathfinders might have missed a few details, a few land masses that I
Here,
believe may have
I pay him
dropped.
2 gold and
Okay. Okay. You can add
Shut
a
up.
map question mark of Zin
Shut up and take
Bakrakan.
my money.
But it is very
Wait.
clear he
Florian's doing
seems
this, I'm
under the
just gonna
impression
Look over
that
his shoulder.
a great deal of Zin Bakrakan is underwater, if not
Yeah,
all of
that
it.
makes sense.
He seems to think that it's more water than not. That the Hellstorm flumes that are known, and he hasn't added Roderick's Cove there yet, but that they marked the border of the country, not its interior. And since those are coastal, that sort of implies that the rest of it sank.
Yeah. Zin Bakrakan. Okay.
That's what he's calling it.
Well, hopefully I spelled that correctly.
Is that like
You see,
from
all of this
something
information,
else?
everything here was utterly unknown only 20 years ago. Then 12 years ago, when Zin Chalice, the city of gold, was discovered in the Mindspin Mountains. Wait, no. Kodar Mountains. Sorry, my Varisian mountain chains run together.
Jeez.
When it was discovered in the Kodar Mountains, there was something of a gold rush, and every scholar across Varisia was suddenly flooded with new information straight out of a storybook. And we've done our best to parse through much of this information, as well as that was granted to us. I do have a friend in the very Sahedron Council herself, she is, who visits me on occasion, who has shared with me some of the lore found in a stone giant library called the Thalassic Library.
Interesting.
You are enthusiasts, or are you planning a venture into some Thassilonian ruins yourself?
I have a feeling we'll end up in some ruins.
Adventure in Varisia, I dare say. It always ends up in Thassilon, doesn't it?
Question from me, the player. It would not be common. Well, I don't know how to word this. Like, we fought some of Wrath's minions. There shouldn't be minions still, right? Because the Runelords are supposed to be dead? Or would that be...
It's known that they made a lot of things to last, and that because some of their ruins have remained sealed, there are still a non-zero percentage of old Thassilonian horrors that get loose.
But
They
there was
got-
a portal into Roderick's Cove.
They got
That's-
some extended
That
warranties on
was
that
new.
shit.
Okay.
And the thing is, even that can happen.
Okay.
What was noteworthy was he kept referring to his queen
Like in
who
the
was
present
now
tense.
building an army. Yes, that was new.
Yeah.
And hopefully he was just very confused.
I don't think so.
I have a feeling that he wasn't.
I don't know that we want to tell this guy anything about that. No, Saya's not going to bring it up.
And like, as you're thinking all of this, he's just gone on yakking about Zin Shalist and these ruins and Runelord Karzug. In fact, they say he was still in Runewell. That if all of these theories are correct, he may have copied the model from these below the Hellstorm flumes directly. That they were the Runelords did not share anything per se, except for the Runelord of Zin Eurythnia, of course. But they did not share so much as they learned and they copied. And this bit of of science suddenly became of great interest to that rune lord who took it, and he just drones on, and he'll go on and on as long as you let him.
What time is it?
Yeah, what time is it?
7:30.
Okay. We should
I feel
probably
like
start
we paid
wrapping
you
this
kind
up.
of a lot of money for that drawing. Are there any notes of yours that we could also have?
You are welcome to make copies.
Perfect. I will make a bunch of copies.
You may add. In fact, hang on. I'll add it for you. I'm giving you a scholarly journal
Ooh.
Sweet.
of Zin Bakrakhan.
She writes it with her paw.
Kaya, you've changed your hands. You have a transformation
You
ability.
changed! You look different now.
Your hands. What big claws you have.
What big claws you have.
I have a
Look at them.
confession. I have paws as well.
Ooh, actually, we're all a party of literal animals.
We're all just animals.
We're
Okay.
just literal animals.
I added that to your inventory.
Thank you. Kaya got what she wanted.
Is there any questions you guys have for him before we go?
Do you know anything about simulacrums or things similar to that?
What did you say it called?
Magical
Shit, is that not
crumbs?
the Pathfinder? Is that not the Pathfinder
No, that's
term?
you said it absolutely correct.
Simulacrums.
That's a pretty
I'm
high
sorry.
level
What? One
ritual.
more simu.
Why do you need to know about simulacrums?
Just asking.
Such a thing is not.
You wanna
I'm
make
afraid
one?
I can't help you.
Is he being dodgy?
He seems. Go ahead and actually. This
Sense
is a blind
motive.
perception.
Sense motive.
He seems like he's being dodgy.
Uh.
I know, I'm trying not to do that anymore. I don't need that. I don't need to sense motive all the time, even though I want to. Are you sure there's nothing you want to tell me? As a fellow scholar.
Should there be?
Yes? Okay, fine, I'll make a blind perception.
He blinks. You get a sense of genuine confusion from him.
He doesn't know what a simulacrum is?
And it occurs to you, now that you're looking around, papers everywhere, journals everywhere, maps, etc. Spellcasting components missing, scrolls missing, signs of any spellcasting whatsoever absent. This guy isn't actually a spellcaster. He's a nerd.
Fucking nerds. Okay.
I feel like that checks out.
It's something. It's one of the high level spells that, Runelord magic.
Well, I should think there might be information in the Thalassic library, of course. And if you'd like to know more, my good friend on the Sahedron Council would surely know all manner of things like this. She's
Who's your good friend?
Oh dear, I can't recall her name.
Well,
I start listing the members of the Sahedron Council one by
You
one.
don't know the members of the Sahedron Council.
Come on, yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Come on.
what if? Okay, question.
Do you think you make a society check for me? Maybe you do. Let's see.
Can Caillou make up a name?
Bob!
I mean, you can always make up a name, but I do have an actual list of who's. Lorian, you do know.
That's right.
You open your mouth to suggest one, and that's weird. The name eludes you.
Oh no!
What?
They cast spells on their names.
That's magic. I don't know if I can do that.
That sounds like magic.
I never forget anything. I open my journal to find my information about each member of the Sahedron Council.
Something tells me your journal doesn't have that in it.
Oh, I beg to differ.
I don't know. Maybe you thought you wrote it down.
I know who they are.
Well, yeah, you're from Magnimar. Make a society. You can do a Thassilonian lore. You can do.
Listen, my button's not working.
Yeah, we know.
Click it harder.
Though I already
Okay.
see what you rolled. When you hit
I
that,
don't
it
hear
rolled
you
it for me. I can see it.
clicking.
Oh,
Alvin.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah. You also know a couple of them. One of them is a patron of the Golem Works. His name. Well, he's
Are you saying I can't remember any names of the Sahedron Council? Or just the one?
Sounds like magic.
Okay, who's been casting magic on me?
I can't remember them either.
How very strange. Well, memory isn't as sharp as it used to be.
Yes, we should be going. Thank you for letting us look at your notes.
Oh, of course, anytime. I'm something of a scholarly expert now.
Mhm.
Ever since the information about the Hellstorm flumes became public, no more
Yes,
laughing
yes.
at me.
I'll walk out and kind of pull Fixney. Fixney, that has to be high-level magic to affect everyone like this.
Hi, you.
Yes.
I have one more note just for you.
Just for me? Okay.
You
I
who
love
have
you.
a very interesting perspective on things.
Yeah.
In that moment, when the three of them seem to have a group problem remembering, it was like you could suddenly see threads tying each of them to the greater tapestry of existence. And in the moment, they forgot. It was like you saw, one by one, threads snapping.
Concerning.
Um,
Okay.
As we leave, I just want to be like, thank you. It was so nice to meet a celebrity like yourself.
He
Saya.
just doesn't even have words. He just makes a few
Yeah.
pleased sounds, gives you some cookies, and gives Nifix some cookies, who's suddenly right there with the gnome Puss in Boots eyes. And
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the stupid party. This stupid lady.
so you're making your way to Cracktooth's Tavern.
Also, just a visual note, it's really dark.
Yep, I
It is
realized
very
that
dark.
I did not tell it to disconnect from world time.
Wait, are you saying I don't remember Sheila Hydemark?
That's not. No, you remember Sheila Hydemark.
Okay. I know she's... anyone connected, I want to... Okay.
Specifically, it's the Sahedron Heroes.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys proceed back along Tower Street.
On the road again?
Probably taking the route you've already familiarized yourself with. Taking Main down to Bent Street, and just around the corner, you
Just
come in
around the
sight
river
of
bend.
a little tavern. It sounds busy. You can hear laughter and music coming from within. You can see lights. It doesn't look dumpy or any, like the name Cracktooth's might give a certain image. This looks more like a college town bar. Like you can see the patrons are very youthful, brightly colored. Unmistakably, this is a den of actors.
Oh, good.
And we're going to pause here for a few minutes. We will be back shortly, chat. I would encourage you to hydrate, snack up, stretch, and we'll see what's going on in Cracktooth's Tavern. And hopefully have a nice, peaceful conclusion to this evening in Sandpoint.
Hopefully.
And we're back. So, we pick up with you guys entering Cracktooth's Tavern. Now, I thought I had a
Time to
thing.
party.
Did I? Didn't I? I did, didn't I? I did.
Okay, I don't know if it's actually a party. I've just been thinking of that in my head. I think she just wanted to invite us for dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
there we go. That's too loud. There.
But if it's
better.
not a party, why are we going?
To be nice to Verlaine.
To get free food?
Free food.
You find Verlaine and Corla. Actually, no, just Verlaine. You find Verlaine out on the street as you approach Cracktooth's Tavern. She beams at you. Oh, there you are. I was worried you weren't going to make it.
Okay,
Are you
I have
ready
this
for a
vibe.
good time?
I have this vibe that she's about to show us off.
I
was
am
feeling it if you wrote it down.
always ready for a good time, Verlaine.
Oh, my darling, how wonderful. Now, follow me, and she'll kind of like lead you in
Oh,
with
God.
that. You guys know the type, right? Everyone has been around someone with that energy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's
That
wonderful to be them. It's a little irritating to be around them. You find that Cracktooth's common room is ruckus and crowded as you enter. The sun has just set, like the sun finished setting as you were on your way here. Patrons sit at tables scattered across the common room, while a number sit in velvet upholstered theater seats in front of a stage in the southwest corner.
Mhm.
In the northwest, there is a bar, and plushy chairs make a cozier setting in the northeast. Everyone got that?
Plushy chairs.
Plushy chairs. That's what we both said.
Well, plushy chairs, northeast, theater, south,
Southeast? Southwest.
southwest,
Okay.
and bar, northwest.
Bar,
Um,
plushy seats,
is that-
theater.
is that-
What's in the other corner?
Yeah,
It's
why
a
do we-
mystery.
Oh,
What the fuck is going on?
we're gonna watch a
Verlaine.
show. That's what's going on.
Brings you
Hope we're not the show.
I hope
to
not.
the bar, beaming as she enters, and like as she's walking, she's got like a great big smile plastered on her face, looking everywhere. And as people see her, Verlaine, it's Verlaine. Hey, sing us a song, Verlaine. Verlaine, hey, she's like, hello, my darling, adoring public. Hello. And as she slides onto a seat at the bar, Corla is already there, who seems to have been reserving spots for you guys. The bartender actually reaches out a hand to shake her hand, and she's a little uncertain, and then he grabs her arm and pulls her in for like a big hug, laughing, and then she's like, oh, and hugs him. Jess, hello, it's been so long. And you can see that the owner, Jess Cracktooth, has sort of a very traditional bartender look. Like he's a little buff, he's wiping at already clean mugs.
Okay.
He has that twinkle in his eye that you can kind of tell means he knows a lot, but he knows not to say a lot. And he kind of glances at the rest of you, and she says, "Oh, Jess, these are my honor guard. May I introduce to
Or
you,
what?
Lorian, Caillou, Nifix, and Fixney, the little dears, and Saya." Cracktooth. Charmed.
Lovely to
Honor
meet
guard,
you.
huh?
Yeah, honor
He nods
guard.
politely. Well, you know how it
News to us.
is. Yes, Verlaine. It is wonderful to have you back in my establishment. Will you be gracing my stage tonight? Oh, not tonight, I'm afraid, darling Cracktooth. My voice is out of sorts, you see. Oh, are you sure? We always love to have one of your performers. Jess, Cracktooth, I'm serious. No performance tonight. Not from me. But look at that, and like sure enough, you can see that there's a couple of half elves. I'm sorry, of Ayuvaran, who get up on the stage and start plucking a tune on some lyres. And you realize it's kind of an open stage. Like if someone wants to go up there, they go up and they do their thing.
It's open mic night.
It is, except every night is open mic night here, it seems like. So as you guys take seats and she shells out some coin to get you guys some food, some drink, you notice over the next, like, we'll say 30 minutes, that the stage is never vacant for long. Eager performance constantly step up to the cheers or boos of the crowd, taking their shot. Do any of you wish to partake of that sort of business?
Dyer, you should go dance.
Oh, are you a dancer? Oh, you must dance.
You haven't
You'll
been
find
paying
no
attention
better
for, like-
stage in all Varisia. I insist, please. Oh, please, darling sire.
Verlaine, have you not been watching for the last, like, few nights on the ship?
In fairness, she has usually been below decks.
Okay.
I'm fucking shocked she knew their names. So
I thought she didn't
Yeah.
know mine.
Apparently, she does know your names.
Alright.
I mean, in fairness, you know her name.
Yeah,
well, she makes it well known.
she does. Scion.
Caillou doesn't mind being the spectacle when she decides to be.
Yeah.
She hates it when other people push it on her. Just
Oh,
to be clear.
Verlaine's
That's
pushing.
like
Yeah.
So hard
very
right
much Caillou is like not a fan of Verlaine. Like she is like, I don't want to be your like puppet plaything, whatever you're doing here.
I'm gonna say normally
But-
Saya wouldn't hesitate, but she doesn't like Brilliant. So
Yeah, but Caillou suggested it.
that's true.
I
And
will
do
also
number
note
one
that she
type
is
or-
plying you with mulled wine.
Oh, that not gonna be able to resist very well. Okay.
You'll
Does
be
this
dancing.
I'm
does
gonna
this
pass.
crowd look like they're up for dancers, or has it all been like musical
Oh
performances?
yeah, you did see a pair of dancers
Okay.
who went up, and it was like artistic dancing,
Uh-huh.
and like everyone was just confused and disappointed.
Okay.
Was that like
Okay.
interpretive dance?
Yeah,
Alright.
It's so really weird.
if you want to make the attempt,
Yeah, I'll go.
hang on,
Especially
I got a
with
thing just for you.
Oh great.
Can she make money doing this?
Mechanic? Probably not much.
Can
Oh,
Caillou like hype up the crowd for some tips?
You can aid if you'd like.
Okay.
That would
No
be
performance?
diplomacy if you're trying to hype
Oh,
the crowd.
bullshit. Okay.
okay.
Where the hell did my token go?
Please roll up.
Not token.
No! Hero point it!
What did you say? Diplomacy?
I care
Yeah.
about
Mine is
this.
public.
This is public.
Where do I do that? This one? No. Wait. Ah!
No way.
Fucking welcome!
You get +3 from Caillou's aid,
I don't. Ooh, nice. Alright, well, I'm
which
gonna.
I want to point out
Is it success?
takes you from a 19 to a 22,
Mm-hmm.
a success.
I am
On the money.
best hype girl. Just for
You
what it's
needed a
worth.
natural 20 for that to work.
Sweet.
I-
Best
I'll
hype
take it
girl.
then. I'll take it then.
That's legit impressive.
Caillou has been my
yeah,
hype girl
alright.
for the whole campaign. So
You know what? Caillou's out there, like, as you're doing things. When you're done, here's where the big thing is. Everyone's quiet, and you have that moment of like, oh god, they hated it. And then suddenly, it's like Caillou, that gets everyone applauding you. You get rousing applause, and even Verlaine is beaming.
No.
It's like,
Thank
that's
you.
my friend. I'm friends with her. She came in with me.
Okay, that's cute.
But you're one of the better performances of the night. The musicians are pretty good. there's a few comedy acts that are not good. There is a troupe of actors who put on like a little staged battle that looks to be like giants and something. It's okay. You kind of lose the plot a little because a few of them are introverts who don't really project their voices. And like, I feel like Sai is one of those. I have some notes, people.
This is her craft.
But throughout the entire evening, Verlaine is good on her word. She provides nonstop drink, bean soup, cheese, bread, whatever you want on the menu. Oh, I forgot the menu.
Oh,
you
no.
don't actually have to add anything here because she's paying for you, but you're welcome to look if you're interested.
Oh. All kinds of things.
However, throughout the evening, Verlaine also is helping herself to the mulled wine, which she's very fond of. And indeed, it's good here. It's really good here. And you find out it's actually made in town at the Sandpoint Brewery. But people keep coming up to Verlaine at the bar like, "Oh, come on, Verlaine! I heard you did a stint back in Chaliex. When's the Varisian tour? Come on, we want you to sing a song." And people keep bothering her about it. And she in the first hour, she's like, "No, voice is out. I can't."
I would be hyping her up too, just for what it's worth.
Yeah, especially like, "Hey, I did one. Come on, you should do it too."
Both of you guys make diplomacy checks for me.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I click on the token, and then I can do the thing. Unspecified?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Letting me buy.
Oh.
You guys are very convincing, and you can see that you have an effect. In the second hour, she goes from no to perhaps a bit later, maybe, we'll see. All the while, Corla gets increasingly dour and keeps kind of going up to Verlaine and then getting shooed away. Let's see. That's 2 hours. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're here? Getting drinks and food?
Is the food paid for?
Oh yeah. It's all on Verlaine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Nifix and Fixie are just gonna eat this place out of house and home.
They've got a lot of food. Around 11:30, close to midnight. Pretty close to midnight. You guys have been drinking, those of you who partake. The whole tavern has been drinking. There's been a lot of good and bad performances. It really has kind of turned into an open mic stand-up club. Cracktooth himself eventually takes the stage near midnight.
Ooh.
And after about a 30-minute comedy sketch that I'm not going to do because I didn't have the will to write a 30-minute improv comedy routine, he spends the whole spiel making witty talk about the reconstruction in Magnimar after a tsunami a few years back. He mentions the Sahedron Council and
Can you remember their names?
He doesn't say any names.
Okay.
He mentions them organizing the project, skimming the top off the funds to get some extra mojitos, whatever.
Mojitos.
His talk is greeted with a general good-natured laugh, some lighthearted jeers. The people here seem to really like Cracktooth. It's and his comedy's okay. He's not bad, but you're not gonna exactly sit down to watch his Netflix special.
He runs a bar,
But he is he seems like a really cool guy. even if he's not the world's greatest performer, he's just a genuinely good guy, and the people seem to love that about him. But as it approaches midnight, and am I guessing right in that Lorian would have been that person who's like has the energy of looking at her watch every 10 minutes this entire time? Does that sound?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she
Has
seems like
been
that
getting
kind of.
drunker and drunker and flirtier and
Oh, boy.
flirtier. So
Who are you flirting with?
whoever will flirt back.
Anyone.
See, there's a lot of people here across a gamut of ancestries, genders, interests. But as Cracktooth winds down his speech, he finally smiles at all the laughing faces in the crowd and at the bar, and he says, "Now, before we close for the evening, it is with the greatest humility that I," and he drops to one knee, "must beg Verlaine." And she's all like beat red from booze.
Look
Please.
at him! Verlaine!
Won't you close this wonderful evening with my
Look at
favorite
him!
song, A Lucky Spar in Magnimar?
You
And the whole
gotta do
room
it.
starts cheering, and people start like chanting,
Verlaine!
"Lucky Spar in
Verlaine!
Magnimar!"
Oh, no.
Like they're
Alex joke,
well,
either one.
yeah, you know what? They'll
Oh.
switch to Verlaine. Yeah. The room is cheering, and Verlaine stands and sort of wobbles a little bit, and says, "Oh, you adoring people! If it will make you happy, I will
Definitely kind of
sing."
gives it a little.
And the room erupts in joyful applause. Orla, like, practically leaps up though and tries to whisper something to Verlaine, who kind of pushes her away disdainfully, gliding toward the stage. She offers a hand to Cracktooth, who takes it, bows, and then steps down to resume his post at the bar while she takes the stage.
Yo, I straight up thought he was about to propose to her for like a split second.
He's an actor. He wanted you to think that. The music quiets a little bit as a hush falls over the crowd. Verlaine raising the hand like, "Okay." She takes a deep breath, and in an alto tune that I absolutely will not be matching.
Well, come on, Askel.
First of
I'm
all,
kidding.
even if I had any singing talent, I am not an alto, sadly. Were I an alto,
That's
I
really
probably
high,
would.
isn't it?
That, yes.
Okay.
That's
I
typically
also am not an alto.
I would say it's low girls. Like there's soprano is high and then alto. Right?
yeah.
But that would be really
Uh,
high for guys.
It'd be about as high as a guy can typically go.
It's like
Typically.
falsetto for men.
Falsetto is past alto for sure. Falsetto would be anyways. Stop the
Learning.
music nerds. Anyways, she begins the first line. "A lad went up to Magnimar with heart both true and bold to win his fortune, earn his fame, to learn if luck would hold." And then, as the word hold warbles out terrifically and terribly out of tune,
Hmm.
like a full voice crack, Verlaine stops, and her face floods red with humiliation. And the room is just silent for a few seconds. After which, there is a loud chorus of guffaws from a group in the front row that hits Verlaine like a slap. Someone else in the crowd calls out, "Too bad you can't hold your tune!" And her humiliation begins to turn to rage as you see her.
All right, that's just fucking rude.
"Stinking peasants and ruffians! Who will defend my honor against this rabble?" And no one really responds. But the laughing and insults are growing. Are you guys interfering, or what do you do?
Caillou would just kind of holler from her seat. Like, I'd like to see you all do better.
Saya's had some
Yes.
bad nights. She gets it. No, she'll go up and kind of like try to, I guess probably get her off stage. Not.
She kind of misinterprets your intention as you start heading up there. She's like, yes, my honor guard, do your duty and give these yokels a beating.
Oh no.
We're not gonna do that.
Orla rushes up to her mistress and is like, I understand, ma'am. It's okay. Let's get you back to your quarters, back to the ship. No, I want these hooligans to suffer like they've made me suffer. No, my honor guard.
Caillou looks at Saya like, what did we
It's not
do?
just you. She's looking expectantly at everyone, and suddenly Nifix is doing that thing she does where suddenly she's blind again.
I'm gonna try to copy her.
What do you do?
I like the music you picked. It feels appropriate. It's like, ugh.
Oh, okay. Kylie's got a plan. The plan is that we kind of try to usher her like off stage, and I'll be like, I'll take care of it, and then I don't do anything except fucking excuse me. Hang on, why would I do that? I want to use my ghost sound. It won't let me. I want to make it sound like there's me beating up or something.
Oh, ghost sound doesn't exist anymore. I think it's called Figment.
Yeah, it's called Figment now.
Okay. Well, that's fucking annoying and I didn't know that. But anyway, there's ghost sound.
Are you trying to create a diversion? Because if you are, I have a feat for that.
Sort of. Mostly, I
This
feel
is
like
turning
she is,
into I'm on the list and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I feel like she is drunk enough that if she's not looking, we could convince her that we have done something about these people.
So in this case, I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm going to call this a performance check.
Oh.
Well, that's not great for me. Can I do
Lorian,
deception
are
instead?
you doing anything or are you staying out of this?
I'm staying out of this.
Can I do deception instead?
So here's the thing. Instead of rolling, Caillou, you can do deception as an aid attempt to Saya, if you wish.
That works.
Okie dokie.
I am not dancing in this case, so don't click that one.
What kind of performance are you doing?
We're just trying to, acting more. Like, we'll take care of it for Lane. I was gonna say it's probably more diplomacy, but performance is fine.
I have
move.
diplomacy here as well.
Okay. Like, I was thinking, like, you just move on and we will take care of this. Corley, you get her to the ship.
Kind of.
Like
you take her home. We'll put them in their place.
we will put them in their place and they will never hurt your name again. Like,
and like as she's leaving, like that's how she hears the Figment or whatever the fuck it's called now.
Okay. So whether
You know
it's
what I
a
mean? Like, is that the
performance
vibe?
or
Like, you get
diplomacy,
it?
you can pick which one, but Caillou is giving you +1
Okay.
as a result. Because yes, not only did your roll go well, the spell also further helped.
okay, okay.
Okay. What about the crowd that continues to boo at her and laugh at her?
I just want to get her out first and then deal with the crowd.
I don't.
Is that enough to get her
I feel
out?
like they can fuck off. I don't know.
I would say if we get her out, I'd just be like, look, you all had bad nights here. Some of are better than others. She's just having an off night. It's all good. We'll see you guys later. And she's not
Thank you, everybody.
insulting.
You've been great tonight.
You've been great. See us
I
next
love you,
week.
Sandpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, so not being insulting,
Ow.
but just being like everybody's had a bad night. Come on. Like,
And you know what?
Caillou will also tell Craxtooth to give everybody an extra drink on us.
So here's the thing. I was actually going to say, first of all, Corla is further helping to usher Verlaine out. She's looking gratefully at you guys as she leads Verlaine. out of the building. Verlaine still huffing, but seemingly satisfied as she's nearing the door, hearing you like start to address the crowd.
Billy, while everyone's busy and distracted, me and Nifix are just gonna bag some of these food on here.
Getting some to-go soup and cheese.
Lorian takes note of what you're doing.
Yep.
Yo,
Yep,
bring
that makes sense. To be honest, I doubt the gnomes are even particularly trying to hide it. They're just
How-
they just happen to be doing this while everyone's distracted.
How
You know,
are
they're
you
not- they're
still eating? It's been like 3 hours.
Take our time.
not- Cracktooth actually backs you up though. He'll be like, now for the after party. Everyone come on and get some drinks. And he'll
First round's
wink at you
on
guys.
us.
He's not going to actually charge you for it because he understands kind of what is going on here.
Mhm.
So you don't have to lose money for this, but everyone is like,
I was
yay,
gonna make
we
it.
love you.
I was gonna put it on Verlaine's bill, but like, that's fine.
I'm barely in stab.
Well, joke's on you. Verlaine put it on Cracktooth's bill, so.
Oh.
Yeah. But with that, the tension seems to ease. And everything is just fine.
So I'll do a spin, a curtsy, and walk off.
Okay, I'm supposed to give you guys experience points if you defuse this without violence, but we don't do that here. So
Yay! We would have gotten experience if we weren't on milestone.
you sure would have.
We were supposed to do
Lorian
violence?
punches somebody.
No!
No, if you do violence, you get no XP.
Oh, okay. X me that.
Man,
then.
I'm so
And
fucking proud
also,
of us.
you spend the night in the garrison with the sheriff.
Mm.
One night.
Look at us go.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I feel like
My performance is done.
this was very fortunate that you guys were not that
Hungry?
drunk. But
I feel like
yeah,
Kaiser
so it's
was like pretty decently toasted, but she was not like 3 sheets to the wind.
No.
It's more important.
Saya's about being cool, not just beating people up.
Good.
Also, not for Verlaine.
no.
Yeah.
I'll
that
beat
was-
people up, but not for you.
Caillou only helped because she felt bad that she encouraged it.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
want it noted because I know Ava's gonna watch this and be like, Nifix would have absolutely wrestled someone.
No, because it's eating.
God.
There's free
That's
food.
my excuse. Let it be. You know what? Yeah, the free food was enough to keep Nifix from getting into too much trouble. To be honest, let's be honest, it would have been Fixney who got suplexed out of everyone in the crowd, and
For trying to take her bread.
That's my wheel of cheese.
so it's midnight. Would you guys say it's about time to call it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Yeah.
after that whole debacle. Like, Caillou's like, freaking
Like,
Are we going back
Lorian-
to the ship?
Unless you want to try to find somewhere else to stay.
I don't want to pay for someone else to stay.
Nah, they got free stuff on the boat. Lorian, you wanted to do something?
Shit, Lorian's gonna stay for the late night poetry jam.
Wait, really? Because that is a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Lorian actually liked Cracktooth.
Yeah, so Lorian will get on stage once all the party is gone and tell a little story.
Aww.
No one will
No!
ever
No.
believe you. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is savage. Make a performance
That's
check.
so mean.
Hang
Well,
on,
don't you want to hear
gotta-
my story?
Yeah.
I definitely
I
want
wanna
to.
hear
I want to hear
She's gonna,
Lorian.
She's gonna grab a cigarette from somebody on her way to the stage
Oh
and
my
sit
God.
down and like just pull a hat down and say, "In the dimly lit streets of Magnimar City, where shadows danced like whispers of forgotten secrets, Detective Lorian traced the tendrils of cigarette smoke curling from her lips. She stood at the edge of an alley where the rain had just begun its evening symphony on the pavement." And it goes on like that. But what do you want, a performance check?
It's in chat for you.
Okay. But yeah, she's
You
totally
missed out on the #1 hype girl in the party!
Is it blind or public?
No, you just
Okay.
shoot that shit.
I'm really not trained in performance.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it
oh.
shows.
Hold on. I have a hero point. I can reroll
You
that,
could have
right?
gonna
used
use
me
that?
to aid!
Yeah, I'll reroll it. How do I
I
do
will
that?
note that a patented Caillou Nat 20 would have pushed that over to a success.
Yeah, but then I'd be doing it around people, and that's not really.
Oh!
Do like
You-
find a water
have any of
story?
you guys listened to like old time radio detective mysteries?
Mhm.
Lorian literally presents an episode of Dragnet
Yep.
on here,
Oh.
and it's so good. Like it's noir. Her descriptions are visceral and evoke like the
Yeah.
darkest, dingiest elements of humanity and sin mixed with a glimmer of light and justice.
Like the burning tip of a cigarette.
And not a one of you guys is here to see it.
Nope.
But the
Us.
crowd of actors and artists love it, and like there's people inviting Lorian to like the to book clubs and wanting her to join their poet society, asking if she'd be interested in like performing on stage ever.
Nope.
So mad.
I have
so
to give Ash a
upset.
hero point for this.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, of course.
Oh, worth.
I am so upset that we didn't get to witness
You have
that.
to spend money to make money.
That was
right?
pretty freaking savage.
Fucking
um,
rude.
And then I'll go to bed later. Back on the ship.
And then you go to bed later, back on the ship.
How
Barbara-
was the tavern, Lorian?
What were you left? Like, why did you come back so late?
Why are you still awake? Drunk asses, go to bed.
We're just chatting about her
That
warbly
brings us
voice. We gotta
I was
gossip
down
now.
Shit, on like the side of the boat, like we're like hanging over, like our little feet hanging off the side of the deck, just like fucking drinking warm old wine. You got
She
back
just-
late.
She puffs out from her cigarette, just like, I was just out walking, and then goes to bed.
On the
What a
morrow.
brat!
Am I still injured?
You guys may benefit from resting.
Yay. Oh,
Right.
what matters.
I'm
In the
already
morning.
at full HP.
You are brought, as promised, a
A dozen donuts, oily cakes.
dozen donuts.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I forgot
Actually,
that
it's
we
you
said
get
that.
a baker's dozen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she gave us 13?
I'm assuming you guys are careful to make sure that the box is kept above the level Nifix can reach.
That's
Caillou
the
would
best.
not be awake for this now. I just.
Oh, I'm sure. If you've been drinking,
I was gonna say,
Caillou is
you ain't
Not
gonna be
awake
up
for
at
this.
dawn.
I bought
Caillou is
these.
not awake for this. Unless
Unless we stayed up.
Unless she was still awake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did
If
we?
she went to bed, she would not be there. If
Should-
she stayed up,
I
she
Yeah.
would be there.
Imagine. Like, why would you go back to the ship then if you're staying up?
You don't know how the night's gonna go.
Yeah, look, we just got talking. Like girls do,
Talking.
you know.
Okay, I see.
Girls' night.
I see.
No, I'm just kidding.
Uh,
I honestly
I do.
don't think Caillou. I don't think Caillou would stay up that late.
I don't know if we would be up until, yeah, like 5, 6 a.m.
Well, those of you who are awake are aware that the Tylese Whim sets sail at dawn. Verlaine and Corla remain sequestered in their cabin.
Caillou
During-
will try to shove one of the oily cakes underneath the door.
Ew.
She's still a little bit drunk. She's still just a little bit drunk.
You had a lot of wine,
Mm-hmm.
and it was good wine. That's the most
Mm.
dangerous kind.
I feel like Nifix would come back and eat it because they probably wouldn't go all the way under the door.
One way or another,
Like, did I do
a couple
that?
hours later,
it's
it is
mine
not
now.
there. Whether Nifix
Yeah, I
vacuum
know.
cleaned it up or whether they took it is uncertain. Oddly, Nifix doesn't really turn up on the deck today. Some hours pass around noon. Those of you who are on the top deck, Captain Sersha, who would be on the top deck first of all before I say this?
I feel like
Around noon.
Saya's gonna need some extra mint leaf.
Yeah, I need extra mint
Fuck it,
today.
Extra mint.
I'll set her up with mint. I'd probably be on the deck.
Yeah,
I would as long as my stomach handles it.
I
Okay,
wouldn't.
I would say by this point you're doing okay with
Not for a
that.
bit.
So everyone except the gnomes.
I'm
Yeah.
writing things in my book.
Your book
Um,
of secrets.
And you would also notice Nifix isn't with you.
She hiding more food.
If you want to go look for her, you can. But
She
in the
got
meantime,
left behind
Find
at
around the deck.
Sandpoint.
oh yeah. She's currently like having a Home Alone experience.
Oh no.
Honestly, if anyone in this party was going to be Kevin McAllister, I feel like that's the one. So
She actually wound up in the food stores of Crackshooth, just like chomping away in the kitchen. Totally missed that we left. Expected us to come get her, and then we're gone.
yeah, it's a shame they don't have payphones. No, she definitely got on the ship with you guys. You know that much. On the deck though, Captain Sersha walks over to the group of you. How was your evening in Sandpoint?
Interesting. Quite fun.
Fantastic.
It is a lovely town. I've always been partial to the hagfish. Myself.
What?
Is that a restaurant?
It was tasty.
It's a tavern.
Oh,
It's a tavern.
Oh wait, did we not?
I don't
No,
think
You
we
did
we.
not go to the hagfish. You were at Cracktooth's.
Before we were at the Rusty Dragon.
Rusty
Yeah.
Dragon. Yep. And you did see she was there. Or no, Eddie was there. Or no,
Eddie.
was it her? I don't remember which one.
Eddie was there.
It was
think it was
Eddie
Eddie.
who was at the Rusty Dragon. Yeah. Well, you'll be pleased to know we will be arriving in Magnimar by dawn tomorrow.
Huzzah!
Cool. Ah, then our trip will be over with you.
Alas, it will.
Ah.
Though I can't deny it has been a pleasure having you as passengers. I should think I'd look forward to ferrying you anytime, should you ever be in need.
Maybe one
For
day
the
soon
right
we'll have
price,
meat
of course.
Of course.
A woman has to make her money.
Indeed. Gotta make your
And Eddie comes over. Oh, don't listen to her. She'd ferry you back and forth if you asked. You just gotta say please and give her the right guilt trip story. Oh. I wasn't gonna eat that anyway.
We got another
Captain.
donut if you want.
Is that how you wound up here?
Hmm?
Rose? Is that how you ended up first mate?
No, I was actually the bosun back before the Tylete. And he kind of looks to the captain, and she looks a little hesitant and then smiles and nods. For the captain inherited the ship. I crewed this baby with her father.
Huh.
Oh.
That's lovely. You guys still work together.
Yeah, well, I wasn't about to leave a damn good captain. I'm grateful for your presence, Eddie. You're all right too, Captain.
Ah.
And at this point, like, the navigator calls her over, and she's like, duty calls. We'll talk later.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll step away to, return to doing captain things. However, later this afternoon, did anyone want to do anything before I cut to later this afternoon?
Nah, Saya's not gonna swing from the mast or anything.
Oh God.
It's gonna swing from the chandelier.
I'm glad that you caught my reference.
Always.
Okay. Late in the afternoon.
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Mhm.
Is Saya a thinly veiled reference to Sia?
No.
Because that would be hilarious.
No. Nope, not
Like,
on purpose.
Watching back all of the game
no.
sessions, like, where are the references?
No. She's got a different reference, but not Sia.
Okay. Okay. Continue.
Continue,
The
you're
skies are peaceful. There's yet again no bullshit random encounters because apparently we are going to have none on this nautical voyage.
Huzzah!
Really good thing that we're on milestone XP.
Yes.
True. I might bullshit a little bit if you weren't. As the ship is navigating a strait between two large islands later this afternoon, Corla comes up the stairs and approaches the captain up at the forecastle. Aft castle. At the aft castle. At the
back.
At the helm.
Back?
At the helm.
That's the word you want.
That's 4, I thought.
It's in the back.
Aft the back?
Aft
Yeah,
is the back. It's
Which
the
is where
aft
the helm
castle,
is.
but specifically the helm is where the captain is.
Where she is right now on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Excuse me, Captain. My mistress would like to speak with you. And I suppose Verlaine isn't going to be coming to me for this?
Oh, hell no.
Ma'am. All right, Eddie, the deck is yours. I'll be back. And Verlaine disappears below deck with Corla.
Sorsha goes with Corla.
Yeah,
Okay.
Saoirse.
Sorsha.
Yeah,
Gee,
not
I was
Verlaine.
like,
I got that wrong. A lot of ladies in this adventure. For me to keep track of. They're running together. Eddie is immediately, he kind of puffs his chest out. Hey, a taste of when this is going to be my ship. Start coming up with names. Anyone want to help me brainstorm what we'll call her?
Eddie's curse.
Eddie's Well, I know who'll be getting keel hauled. But don't just buy a
I've never
plank.
seen one of those happening.
You don't want to. It's messy. They basically they rope the victim, tie him up, and throw him over the front of the boat, and let the rudder tear him apart.
Yeah, sounds messy.
oh, that's brutal.
No, we don't do that here. In fact, as far as I know, the worst we've ever done is lock anyone in their cabin and then turn them into the authorities. And I do mean Mr. Ruse.
I was gonna say, how's he doing? Any issues?
He didn't try to break out last night, if that's what you're asking. And he's been sullen and properly shamed.
Good.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think he's genuinely remorseful.
Doubt it.
I think he's just disappointed. That's because his
Well.
product failed.
We broke his toy.
Call it what you will, but he's being compliant, so I'll take it. And the last thing we need is an angry alchemist on this ship. And at about that point,
Florian.
We have an angry
Alchemist fire.
We have an angry actress instead.
the captain comes back on deck. All right, Eddie, have the ship's, excuse me. Oh. Have the barrels with the ship's water supplied emptied over the side.
What?
Mhm.
What?
Excuse me?
Let's see.
Is there a problem with the water?
She says, sorry, I just had a pop-up.
Poop up?
She turns to the navigator. Make for that island. She points at the smaller of the two islands you're traveling between. She kind of looks to the rest of you and the crew on the deck, all of whom are kind of looking at her curiously. It's been brought to my attention that our water supplies have become tainted. There's a spring on that island. We'll just drop anchor offshore and refill there. I will need a shore party to fill our water barrels.
Tainted with what?
Okay.
Does anybody else feel crappy?
She turns to you. I will be going aboard myself, or ashore myself. I was hoping you would accompany me as my shore party.
Sure.
Didn't.
Do you know
Sure,
if
we'll
and
be
the
the shore
fauna
party.
on the island? Is there anything to worry about?
I doubt it, but it should be a quick voyage.
Are you sure the water's tainted?
Hang on one second. I gotta read ahead here.
Like, I don't feel sick.
Like at this point, Corla, Viralane have come out. A couple of the sailors below deck have also come up. You can see they're already starting to carry the barrels and like dumping them over. Yes, I'm sure.
Mm.
Undrinkable. So, you will
Wait.
accompany me then?
Can I sense motive? Can I see if she's lying?
Yeah, go ahead and make a sense motive. That is a blind perception. You don't get a sense of deceit from her, just frustration.
I would like to do a sense motive
Go ahead.
on Viralane.
Okay.
At the risk
How's
of
she taking all this? It's pretty much like I want to see like her kind of.
I'm blaming this on her, so.
What do I have to roll? I'm sorry, perception.
Perception.
Oh, right. I can use the skill action. Sorry.
You can, but that's fine. You get a sense that Viralane is actually paying very close attention to you, specifically.
Me?
Yes.
Look,
She knows about your story.
she
Was
heard
she
your
there?
poem.
Was she there at poetry
She
night?
knew the whole
In
time.
fact, as the captain is like, all right, pack those up. Find those two gnomes. I want them as well if we're all going ashore. Let's make this quick and clean.
Hold on. At the
while this is
risk
going on.
of sounding dumb, can't we just not drink anything the rest of the day and go? Or is that not a
The
thing?
ship is laden with very hard-working sailers.
Okay,
Going a
okay.
day without water is not a healthy decision.
All right.
Not when there's a perfect opportunity to resupply right here.
Okay. Good enough.
As this is going on, Viralane actually approaches you, Lorian. Lorian, darling. I was hoping we might talk.
Privately?
Yes. Just kind
Sure.
of twisting her hands a little bit.
Sure, we can talk.
Thank you. My cabin?
How long are you gonna be? Will this
Just a
take?
minute. Just a minute or two.
Okay.
Corla
Um,
should have some tea. I can give you some tea. Yes, tea.
Okay.
come.
Guys.
With what
I'll
water?
I'll be right back.
Don't drink her tea.
Okay. I'll follow her.
That just seems spiteful. Okay.
All
and-
the water is tainted.
It's poop water.
Corla has brewed tea. You can see
I'm not.
Corla
Okay.
is
a
just kind of
boil
keeping busy,
water
not looking
advisory.
at you, not making eye contact with anyone. Viralane takes a cup and sighs, takes a quick sip. I always bring my own supplies everywhere, for safety. Certainly paid off this time.
What do you suppose is wrong with the water?
Oh, I shouldn't have the slightest idea. I'm sure Captain Saoirse has that well in hand, of course. Though, I actually was hoping to talk to you about last night.
She was at my poetry slam.
She knows.
This is horribly embarrassing.
Go on.
I'm cursed.
I see.
It was over a little misunderstanding, with some well-to-do, noble folk. It really doesn't matter how it came about, but I have been cursed that I cannot perform.
And you knew this before you got on stage last night?
Well, I had a little too much to drink, but
Didn't
And
she
lots of people were egging you on.
I thought she performed on our
So
ship just fine, but whatever.
She was going to. She never did.
she was going to.
Oh.
I hope you don't think less of me.
Why would you care what I think of you?
She doesn't quite make eye contact.
Okay, well, no, I don't. It's a curse. It's out of your control.
Thank you. Thank you for your kindness. Oh, my darling. She grabs your hand. And I need you to make a will save.
What?
Blind?
No?
She passing the curse to you?
Maybe.
Seems like it.
Ah,
I don't sing. No,
A
my poetry slams are
27.
done!
that is not a critical success,
Oh,
but
it
it is a success. You get the sense that she cast a spell on you, but it was something not particularly like harmful. It was like a confirmation spell, like a little bit of detection.
I grip her hand very tightly.
Mhm.
What are you doing?
Why, protecting you, of course,
Protecting me from what?
from my proximity.
What?
The curse could... Oh, bother all of this. Corla, and I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, what?
Ah!
Huh? Bitch!
Do what now?
First of all, move your tokens to where they would be.
I don't know that I would be anywhere else.
Bitch,
Well-
I'm gonna pop you in the face!
Let's go downstairs.
So-
I mean, are we even gonna notice something's wrong?
That'll depend on her. I'm not gonna have anyone... Actually, you know what? I can easily add you guys in if it comes to it.
Do you wanna move
Yeah,
me to
hang
where
on, hang on.
where I'm supposed to be?
We're
Okay.
moving you.
Whee! I'm in the ocean! Whee!
You're down there.
No, I don't want the boar. Ah.
Over there. Where's Nifix?
Good thing Nifix is down there.
Okay. Let me just add the three of you to a combat tracker. It may not even turn into combat. It's probably fine.
Uh-huh.
Don't
But,
worry, guys.
Everything's fine.
I'll handle
can-
this. I'll
Uh,
invite her to my poetry. It's fine.
is there a way to change the... Whatever.
I mean, she doesn't like when she doesn't get her way, so...
What the fuck? Why is she picking on me?
I don't know. That's a good question. I wouldn't want to pick on Lorian.
Why indeed. Okay.
Oh, because you have a pretty face?
Could be.
I mean, we're all pretty handsome.
Just trying to take your
my
face.
what do we do on ties for initiative?
Dex.
The baddie wins.
Fatty always goes
Unless
first. Yep.
you're me.
I got one too.
Okay.
What? No, only the three of them for now. I'm gonna add you guys into
No.
initiative if it comes to it.
We were talking about winning ties.
So,
Ties.
I do too.
Verlaine has used one spell slot. That's fine. We're gonna try that again.
I am grappling her, by the way.
You.
She
I
gripped
said
her
wouldn't say
hand.
that's
her
grappling.
hand tightly. Huh?
I don't think that would be considered grappling.
Well, I don't know. Whatever. I'm holding her hand, and I'm not gonna let go
I
of
would
it.
say-
Restrained.
I will give you a +2 status bonus if you decide to grapple her on your first turn.
Okay.
But she's gonna try to cast whatever spell she just cast another time.
Wait, is she large? Or is... No,
No.
that's medium. No, Corla's small.
Oh God! Look at
Uh,
these effects. Ah!
Oh, nice.
You can
Oh.
try to do one of those if you'd like.
Oh, that's cool. They cast a spell of the occult.
Otherwise, there's the will save.
So I just hit this, and then this.
You don't have quick recognition though.
Oh, yeah,
On
you're
your
right.
turn, you could use an action to identify what it was.
Oh, okay.
It says
yeah, you're
if you
right.
read that text. So for now, it's just a will save. But if you decide to do that, I will keep your banked roll
Okay.
for that.
Sure. Success.
Okay. A
Bitch,
success.
what are you trying to do to me?
Whatever she's casting, it's the same spell again. Once again, you feel like a tickle,
Quit
like
tickling
she's
me.
checking something, and it doesn't quite work. And then for her third
Identify
action,
monsters, what she's trying to do.
Ooh.
she's going to Corla, do as I expect of you, won't you, darling? She's going to cast Inspire Courage.
Filthy bard. Ooh.
Whoa!
Oh.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
She cast that on me, right?
No.
For everybody else, that goes all the way out to the other.
It sure does.
Now do we know?
Not quite. Lorian, it is your turn.
They're not being
What
loud, are they?
What is this?
Not yet.
No, I'm not.
Are you
What is
using an
this?
action to identify the spell?
No, I'm talking to her.
It is unclear. She's... I guess she'll say... don't resist, darling.
Yeah, I'll use an action to identify the spell, I guess.
Okay.
I would like to
So
resist, please. Thank you.
your first action is a critical success or a critical failure. It is definitely charm that she's casting on you.
Sounds.
When she's casting, she's using things have changed. Are there still like material, oral, auditory? Like, is she like doing this?
In this case, there
Speaking.
was a manipulate action.
Did she like say something to do that?
No. She just like made an incantation, a gesture. Or I'm sorry, not an incantation, a gesture, a magic symbol.
So if it's charm, I think you're openly hostile at this point, so you got some pluses in there.
So going forward, now that you've identified it, if assuming that was not a critical failure and you misidentified it, you would have a +4 circumstance bonus on saves against that spell.
Was that an emotion or mental effect?
Yes.
I guess it's too late to do my reaction. I forgot I had that. I don't want to fucking... And what's her friend doing? Just beefing her up and still not
no,
looking at me?
Corla hasn't taken a turn yet.
She's not in
She
initiative.
Is she just like still looking down and...
She's sort of frozen. You'll see.
Oh boy.
I don't want to fucking... Okay, well... I'm gonna grapple her.
Okay. Make
First,
sure you
let's do
target her.
that. I will do my full devise a stratagem though. Because that counts as an attack roll, right? I can use that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so use... Did it not roll? I used the action. Help.
Did you hit apply effect?
Oh, no. I didn't see that. Okay. Just kidding. I do get to roll, though.
Mm-hmm.
To...
Well, you did.
I rolled... That was to identify your spell.
No.
Devise a stratagem lets me roll to...
And you got a 2.
No. That's to attack. I mean, it lets me...
No weakness is what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
known weakness. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was called. So
Okay,
I would like to
go
do
ahead.
recall knowledge, and I
It
will
would be
use
society.
action. Society. Recall knowledge. Hiya.
beyond what you've already identified about her socially, you just don't know the details of her capabilities or anything about her.
Okay, so that would not be a critical success then.
It's nor any success.
Okay. Well, I think that was all my actions.
Yes, it was.
So-
Which means it is now Corla's turn.
Be chill, girl. Be chill.
Corla. Oh boy.
Can you just stop? Just quit it.
Corla like approaches you, like, it's okay, hands up. And then
Don't
she's
you
going to
touch me.
use
Don't
trick
you
attack,
touch me.
which lets her interact to draw a weapon, and the weapon will do 2d6 extra damage if it hits. A vicious, jagged kukri suddenly slips out of her sleeve into her hand.
Oh, you
as
bitch!
she
How?
Yeah,
What is
it's,
happening?
it's totally
Here.
okay.
You fucking bitch!
and stabs at you with it.
Ow!
What?
I don't know. I just assumed it hits. Oh, you miss. I don't think
Critically.
so. Pata!
You are unbelievably lucky. With her third action, she's gonna lock the door.
Oh.
Hey! You unlocked the door, Missy.
And that's it for her.
Yeah,
Verlaine,
totally okay. I assume this has all been pretty quiet.
it is thus far. Man, that
I'm
sucks,
just
yo.
yeah. We're just talking.
That sucks, yo.
Maybe you should try to charm me again.
Do it again, I dare you.
I double dog dare you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's gonna target you. And she's gonna try to reach out. Well, no, she's gonna let you grab hold of her and then grab at your hand.
We're holding
cast another spell.
hands.
You want to go ahead and make that will save?
Uh-huh.
This is a
With-
different spell.
Oh.
Is it an emotion
Oh.
or mental effect?
Oh, bullshit. What is
Is
going
it?
on with Ash's D20 rolls today?
Is it?
You can see it's on there. It says concentrate, manipulate, mental.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
On a critical success, you are unaffected. But when she touched you for a moment, it felt like she was trying to drain your mental faculties right out through your skin, and you resisted.
This is why you got cursed.
Because you suck! I
He's
told her
getting
just try to charm
mad
me.
now. I said don't resist.
I'm just standing here. I
It'll be far
don't...
easier for you. Just relax your mind, darling.
Okay. I'm totally
Um,
relaxed.
I am relaxed.
I am relaxed.
She's going to finally that's it. She's actually not going to do anything. It is your turn.
I really don't want to hurt you. Can I do a recall knowledge on this lady?
Corla?
Yeah.
Sure. You can try.
I'll do my whole thing.
I missed. I was trying to click her. Ignore that.
So
So you know what to do.
Here comes the recall knowledge.
Yep.
Uh,
No, first you got to hit the thing.
Oh, right. Sorry. Actions. Use.
Apply effect.
Think.
Apply. Think. This is fucked up.
Ooh,
Think.
there you go.
That's a nice roll.
Yeah, too
So
bad. I
this
don't
is targeting
really
Corla,
wanna-
not Verlaine.
Correct. I just want to yes, do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
what am I rolling?
Society.
Society. Okay, recall
Unless you've got a
knowledge.
relevant lore.
Not for her, I don't think. Unless Underworld.
You can use underworld lore.
On her? Oh,
Mhm.
hell yeah.
Is it the same bonus?
Oh. What's my bonus? Can you see
13.
13? It's plus 11. But I know those are easier.
Still a success.
Okay.
You get this sense that Corla is actually... You're kind of kicking yourself that you missed it before. The way she moves, the self-assuredness, she moves like a cat. Like someone who's very, very skilled in not dance, more like a thief or an assassin.
Okay. I'm gonna use that roll. I'm gonna try to trip her. That counts as an attack, right?
You have at least one hand free. It does have the attack action.
So
No, so you can't. This says choose a creature you can see, roll a d20. If you strike the chosen creature, not attack, but it specifically has to be a strike.
for devise a stratagem.
Yep.
Okay, well I'm still gonna try to trip her. So here's that.
Okay. So you don't get the 17 here.
Correct. God.
And it's a critical failure. As you
Yeah.
try to trip her, she maneuvers much
Oh,
faster
I
than you
fall!
expect and sweeps your feet out from under you, knocking you prone.
That's great.
Attack from the
I have, one
floor.
more, I have one more action.
You do.
I'm gonna stand back up. You didn't see that.
You're lucky she doesn't have opportune riposte.
Yep.
She
That's
does
it
not.
for me.
But as you struggle back to your feet, far more wary, you have to remove prone, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Otherwise, she's gonna fuck your day up.
She'll try.
She's going to use trick attack again, and then
Don't worry.
follow up with the attack roll.
Guys, I have a plan. Don't worry.
Yeah, you like to do things by yourself, we know.
I wasn't my fault
That is a hit.
this time.
I know.
She delivers 17
Ow.
points
Oh!
of damage
my
as the
God.
kukri suddenly slices along one of your hamstrings,
Not my strings.
cutting into tendon,
No!
hurting terribly.
Ah,
You are
we
now
don't-
injured.
We don't need to do this.
She's going to follow up, trying to go for the other hamstring.
No, not my hams. My beautiful hams.
My hammies.
The second
Oh,
attack
yes.
misses, but as you're already like staggered and now starting to bleed furiously, Verlaine is just sort of sidestepping, lifting her dress so that it stays away from your blood. She says, "Oh, just leave the sword here, darling, and none of this has to get any uglier."
Oh. Wait, did you get that out?
And as she says that, it occurs to you, when you look at her, she is very regal and proud, like a peacock.
I'll
What
show
a
you a peacock,
bitch.
bitch.
And it is now Verlaine's turn. No? Well, don't say I didn't offer. We're gonna start with another Inspire Courage.
Why don't you try to charm me again?
No, she's not stupid. She knows it's already failed.
It might work.
You just gotta
how does
roll
this one
low.
work?
What other
She's-
abilities do you have?
She's going to focus on you and say a lot of really, really hurtful things.
Oh.
Rude.
Please
That's really mean.
make that will save. Note the traits so you can see if any of those are relevant.
Emotion.
Fear. Oh no!
Your nose is fat and puffy. Your legs are hairy and odorous. Your face is malformed. Your breath reeks. And your brain is near liquid, darling. As you
No.
fail, you become frightened one and take, well,
Silly.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use
What's up?
this.
Mind of Lust. You did not critically succeed. Oh! You
Yes, I
failed. Your
did.
failure becomes a critical success. Instead of taking ongoing 2d6 plus 4 fire damage as her insults literally light you on fire, instead of becoming frightened, you are just unaffected. So for a moment, like, her insults are so barbed that you begin to catch flame, and as you're wreathed in flame, it's like the shadows of your tattered disguise burn away amid runes of lust that shine all the brighter through the flame, your eyes red rubies through the smoke. And as you step out of it, you are an image of the Runelord of Lust, and you will not be enchanted.
Is that your once an adventure?
Yeah.
That was the once in an adventure.
Sweet.
Tremendous use, by the way. That was a fucking amazing use of that ability.
Yeah.
Nice.
You are not. I mean, that would have been a fuck ton of fire damage you'd have been taking too. That is an ugly, horrific spell, and I love that bards can just insult you so bad that you burst into flames.
It's really funny.
Bards are a
Let's go.
fucking treat.
Pascal, I really, really, really need you to read the Stormlight Archives.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh. It's good.
noted. So
Because
that
that just
didn't
makes me
work.
like that's
I
wit.
know.
That's
That's
wit.
That's wit.
That's wit. And I'm like, ugh.
Lorian, it is your
Love
turn.
him. He's like my favorite character. It's kind of a problem.
I am the most beautiful thing you two will ever lay your eyes on. And I'm going to attack this bitch right here. Don't target the door.
At the door, Lorian.
I will do this though.
I assume you could just unlock the door whenever you want.
I could, but
Now they've insulted her pride.
I'm gonna use. No, I'm not. Okay, well, just kidding. I'm not gonna attack.
This will end poorly.
Well, end poorly, I think.
It's a shame you didn't take advantage of that 17.
I know. I didn't want to fight.
Well, too bad. The ladies have said veto.
I wonder what they're talking about down there.
And as you see,
Mhm.
I can survive the fire. Can you say the same? And I'm gonna pull out an alchemist fire, and I'm just gonna smash it into the ground at everybody's feet.
What?
You're still in your face.
You're
This
like
is
the
a-
ship on
So here's
fire!
the thing: you still have to pick a target because the origin
I have a
might
target.
take more damage. You're targeting
can-
yourself with the
they
mega
can target
damage.
Well,
Where?
no, it's at her. It's at. I said
Okay.
at our feet, but it's at her.
Okay,
You can target a square with splashies.
indeed. But it just seemed a shame to waste 2d8 fire damage.
Oh yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's at her.
So go ahead and make the attack roll.
It's a
Oh
3.
no.
Yeah. It's
Okay, yeah, it's a 3.
Actually, no, hold on. Oh, no, it's a strike. Never mind.
This is a strike.
Oh, it
Um,
is. Shoot, can I use my hero point
well,
to reroll
it'll
that?
still. Yeah, of course.
Does that matter?
Yes. I
It's
mean,
not
if you want to
letting
do,
me-
it'll matter for the 2d8. It'll just
It's
do
not-
splash damage otherwise.
It's not letting me right click and reroll. So can I just roll it?
Yeah, because that's not the attack roll. You got to
know, but
actually make the attack roll with the Alchemist's Fire moderate.
Okay.
And if you have the devise stratagem check box, if everything's checked, it should automatically apply the 3 for you.
Devise stratagem is checked.
So go ahead and roll the attack roll with the Alchemist's Fire.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, here we go.
Also, you did have to use an action to draw it, so that makes sense.
Okay, so can I re-roll with the hero point then?
Yes.
Now that it's here. Okay, cool. God damn it! Never roll good with a hero
20
point.
is not going to hit, but still roll damage.
Well, there's fire.
Lighting the boat on fire.
I sure
You
will.
guys were mad at the dude throwing a lantern. Okay, so that is 2. Is that persistent? No, it's just 2 fire damage to everyone else, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Verlaine takes splash. Corla takes splash. No,
I've got more where that came from.
I'll just manually apply it to Corla. And then you take 2 points of fire damage.
Oh, it's virulane.
Are you doing it for me?
Nope.
You did on the other damage.
Now it's
So-
Verlaine.
I had a button for the other damage.
Oh, I see how it is.
You're not targeted, so I couldn't. No, not the 8 damage. The splash. You're just clicking splash.
Splish, splash, I was taking it back.
You're probably.
Ba-da-da-dum.
Can you cross out the
I'm gonna-
persistent fire too?
I'm just gonna do it manually. There. 2 damage.
Okay. Anyway, so that's 3 actions. You devised a stratagem, you drew your fire, and then you threw it, and it did not pan out, unfortunately.
No, it didn't. It's cool.
I mean,
though.
it did a little bit of fire damage, but at
I
this
burned
point,
your dress off, bitch.
Fixney, you're a sensate gnome, right?
A little, yeah. Yes.
What's your imprecise sense?
There's a number for that, right?
No, it's a type of sense that you have. You are a sensate gnome, right? Yeah.
Ah, scent imprecise 30 feet.
What is it? Is it smell? Is it
Scent.
hearing? What's your imprecise?
Scent.
Scent? 30 feet? You
Mhm.
smell kerosene suddenly. I'm going to add you to the turn tracker and say you can roll perception initiative.
The heck?
Go ahead and get in there.
Perception initiative. Roll.
You can't roll self.
Ah. Let me do that again.
You can just roll from the turn tracker.
I turned it off.
Well, don't do that. Okay. Corla is up. The mistress warned you. Don't say we didn't give a chance. She's going to use trick attack with the kukri, and then she's going to attack you with the kukri. Unfortunately, hitting. Hello? There it goes. For another 19 points of damage. Like slashing at your wrist, forcing you to drop whatever you didn't have anything left to hold, and then like stabbing deep into your gut with the kukri,
Eggs.
while Verlaine just, oh dear, it's my dress.
I burned your dress, bitch.
And then Corla is going to rip the dagger out. And eyeing you, do you look like you have any fight left in you?
No.
Hmm?
No.
You gotta. I need you to answer honestly here.
Wait, what do you mean?
Are you still fighting, or are you giving up?
Oh, I see what you're asking.
Too late. She's gonna stab you again.
Ugh. No, you're gonna kill Lorian.
That's another 12 damage.
No.
As
The
the
sword.
blade,
The sword is in your bag, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
As the blade cuts into you, you drop, and you can feel yourself just kind of coming in and out of consciousness. You feel yourself starting to bleed out. You're thinly aware. Sorry, Fixney. I'll let you. You're not joining initiative after all. We're ending initiative here. You'll be able to get in before Lorien dies, so there's no danger there. But you're aware of them, of Corla
I've-
taking.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I'm not there, can I use my what's the adventure thing? I don't think I can I?
I don't think you can. Yeah, because you also have to be aware to use that.
Never mind.
Don't feel too bad. This is somewhat scripted. It can be avoided, but the adventure sort of assumes most PCs are going to experience this particular situation.
This is really rough.
Yeah. You're aware of Corla grabbing into your pack. And thinly aware of, here it is, mistress. Oh,
I don't think it's
What?
not in a regular bag.
I know. It's they're not taking your whole bag. They know how to use it. It seems like they've got good intel on you. As she takes it, about this point, Fixney, would you say you'd have gone for the door where you smelled the kerosene?
Yeah, I would have like opened the door.
Well,
poke my head
It's
out.
locked.
It's
oh,
locked.
your door.
And as you
okay.
realize this, Vera Lane, and Lauren, you're just sort of only in and out of consciousness, enough to be aware of what's going on, but you're like helpless in the situation. Vera Lane, you can see, is holding the basket hilt. Corla, be a darling. Defend your mistress's honor. What? What? No! And in that moment, Vera Lane is going to use something called Viridian Escape.
Oh no!
Hang on. I was trying to... There we... No! Not her! Why does it keep trying to give me fucking Corla? Stop it. Stop it. It keeps opening Corla! I want Vera Lane! My god. Okay. She's using Viridian Escape. Holding Baraket, she explodes in a puff of bright blue-green smoke and is gone, leaving Corla gobsmacked, standing here alone as Fixney inevitably dismantles the lock with some kind of bullshit wizard spell.
No, I mean,
No?
Why would I do that? I got
Scuttles under the door,
I got my kid with me. I'm just
takes out screwdrivers and disassembles. I knew it. Listen, it's always something. You're
You're like,
just in time to see her vanish in the puff of smoke. Lorian just lying on the ground, like clutching at her gut, literally
I'm
holding her insides in.
unconscious.
Well, in and out of. I'm giving you the benefit of limited cognizance. Delirious.
you're dying.
listen,
not
And
Potion.
Corla just holding the bloody dagger. And as soon as Corla
Right.
sees you, she just sighs and drops the dagger on the ground and puts her hands up behind her head. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Well,
I hate her.
that fucking happened.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Lorian.
It's not your fault. It was a brutal situation that was already stacked heavily against you. It's actually really awesome that they didn't charm you. Because literally she's like, darling, won't you give me the sword? And then you'd be like, okay, smile.
And then we'd just be like, hey, where'd it go? Oh no. No, now you're dying on the ground, and we can be like, rest you.
This
Ugh.
wasn't entirely a victory for Vera Lane either, though, as I'm sure Ash is already thinking.
think.
Because did you happen to notice what she did not take with her?
I know.
Mhm.
I know.
I don't. But
That's okay. You'll see. I will say, I believe. Let me confirm before I get anybody excited.
Oh.
Let me confirm, but I think.
I feel bad. I would have attacked her much more aggressively.
To
I
be
would've
fair,
known.
everything she did was a red herring to make sure you did not think, or that you did not catch on to what she was up to until it was too late.
Hmm.
That's literally what she was trying to do.
She was getting us drunk.
Also, remember when someone pickpocketed you?
Yeah.
Almost like they were testing out your defenses to see how you kept your things organized, how astute you were.
Apparently not fucking astute at all.
I mean, pretty astute.
You
You
noticed.
noticed that it was stolen,
Didn't do anything about it.
but that's also, if you were wondering about the bullshit about, well, how did they know how to get the sword? That's how.
That makes sense. I mean, I wasn't thinking it was them at all.
They were also, during Verlaine's first performance, the initial plan was to have Corla sneak into your room during that period of time and look around. But you kind of stopped that, so they had to get increasingly creative until this was literally an act of desperation because that things weren't going their way.
Is that why she made the boat stop?
Are you
she
suggesting that
take
she
the water?
charmed the captain into thinking that the water was tainted?
Either that or actually tainted it.
Yeah, she took a piss in it during the night.
Well, given her prevalence of charm spells, the fact that she had 3 spell slots but only used 2 on Lorien and somehow didn't seem to have a third one.
I don't know how many slots she has.
Well, all casters cap out at 3 spell slots per level, I think.
Except for wizards.
I'm literally just looking for... I think you guys level up.
Ooh.
Level up.
Level up. Level up. I thought it would be after our boat ride's finished.
I mean, we're going to open next time with it being over.
Oh, okay.
It's finished.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, you guys level up.
Ooh.
Happy level 6.
Happy level 6.
Yay.
This doesn't feel like a very happy level
No,
six.
no, this feels like a pretty crappy level 6,
for
but
everybody.
it's more
Is it
boat
like
boat
video
ride's over.
game- Is it like video game rules where if you level up, you get more health?
No.
Your max
But
health goes up, your
given-
current health doesn't.
Given the situation, Lorien's not dying. I'm just treating her as like unconscious but stable.
Yeah,
Because there's too many people here for you to bleed out.
yeah.
One would hope.
But you're gonna have a scar, and I imagine you're gonna be pretty pissed off when you're back to it.
Oh, yeah.
For the record, you
me-
did put up a good fight. Corla is a nasty piece of work.
Let me just say that Lorien's not anything like... Lorien is not anything like Cora.
Yeah.
I will fuck with her hams so she'll wish she was dead. Fucking bitch.
At least Corla surrendered.
I don't give
Kinda.
a flying
Did you catch that too,
fuck
by the
if
way?
she
Verlaine was just like,
surrendered.
see ya, Corla.
Yeah. Oh, she doesn't.
Yeah, well, that's probably because she's a
Bye, girl.
dumb bitch who just... I can't say.
She's using everyone, it's not just us.
No, she
Yeah,
doesn't
Verlaine
know...
sucks.
She doesn't know anything about anything with that sword, and she majorly fucked up.
Yep. Yep.
Look, only I
She's
get to
been-
peacock around. They're fake peacocks.
For a while, I was worried that you were onto her
Hmm.
as the thief.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Because
I
it sure
didn't
as hell
have-
wasn't Beckwood Ruse.
I didn't have any proof.
Yeah.
I just thought it was some random thing on the island we were at.
I honestly kind of did too.
I was like,
No.
oh, well, this place stinks. I guess we just
No.
got stolen from, right?
In fairness, you stole that sword first.
No, we won that rightfully in combat.
You didn't even
With a
defeat its
giant
owner. You
skull.
literally lifted it off of her.
Yeah, and then we suplexed her into the ground.
And then we made a great escape. I mean, I don't understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
we stole all our books.
I would argue that this was just tit for tat.
Where
Well,
was the giant skunk? Where was their giant skunk?
did you not catch the big giant puff of smoke that she teleported out in?
The giant skunk.
I mean, it was like perfume. Too much perfume may as well be a skunk, right? Isn't that? Verlaine strikes me as one of those people who's got like too much perfume.
I'm kind of sad that they removed that spell.
For now, it'll be back. But
Summon.
GG's on hitting level 6, and get ready for Magnimar next Friday.
Yay! And
And
hunting
part 2 of the
down,
adventure.
hunting down where she went.
Yeah.
We're probably not finding her for a while.
Safe house in Magnimar.
Yeah, I don't know if
By
we're
the
supposed to
way-
do that, but
No, and it doesn't matter. I wouldn't show you if there was
Yeah.
anything you could do about it.
yeah.
But the adventure actually has contingencies for if the PC refuses to go with her. What she does, like she throws a petulant temper tantrum, and then tries to make the sailors mad at you guys. And if that doesn't work, she literally has Corla just try to lift it off of you. And if you catch Corla, she claims she's a nasty little thief from the streets, an ungrateful wretch, and tries
my
to bait
God.
you guys into fighting Corla, and then charming people, like trying to get the captain to fight you. She literally, in first edition Pathfinder, this is going to get an from Alvin and Ash. She's a class called a mesmerist.
Hmm.
Does that make
Oh,
sense?
Yes.
Yeah, like Malagaster. Yeah. They're all about messing with people's heads.
That sounds about right for how she's been.
Did not trust her from the get.
Hate
You-
her.
good
Now I'm
call.
upset that I defended her.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, she really is cursed. You can't fake singing
I
like
just-
that.
I also just need y'all to know the game recognizes game. Okay. You can't trick the trickster. Just
She
like
did.
fun fact. Not really. When? I just took her free drink and food.
Okay, but she left with the sword, so I feel like I'm trying to understand where you're going with this, Kelso.
She did. I never trusted her. Is my point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's fair. I'll give you that.
Never trusted her.
That's good. That's good. Listen, sometimes there's people you just know you can trust. Audrine. Poor unlucky Eddie.
I don't know.
Not-
I'm cautious
not
on
bad.
Eddie as well, but
Nah.
That
because I'm
man would
afraid
never
he's gonna, like,
intentionally
trip
hurt a fly.
into me and knock me overboard.
He would never
into a fish's mouth. Like,
intentionally hurt you.
The fly would rob him first.
Yeah. I enjoy Eddie. I love characters with either supernatural luck or supernatural bad luck. They're my favorite. Anyway, if you guys want to see the fallout from this, that'll be on next week, next Friday. You can also find more of this episode, past episodes, future episodes, other campaigns on our YouTube channel. This coming Sunday, we will be continuing Desert of Desolation with a slightly different group. And something about intruding infidel dogs, tourists was going on. You
Yeah,
make
that's interesting.
it was an alarm spell. It started screaming, intruders,
Huh.
intruding infidel dogs, alert, alert, tourists, tourists.
This sounds like some
So-
excellent shenanigans.
Yeah, that adventure is written by the guy who wrote Ravenloft, so you know it's legit. If you can't recognize that sense of humor in it. Anyway, we appreciate y'all. Take care. Have a lovely weekend, lovely week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.